Oh shit.
Oh shit, indeed. I just started recording when you said that.
Hello.
You know, there's
No.
there's an interesting. So if you do YouTube seriously, you're not allowed to like cuss. I think within like the first 3 minutes for like monetization things.
Oh yeah.
And this one literally starts with you going, "Oh shit!" Like it's on the sound bit of you saying that.
That is exactly how I would want.
That is perfect, honestly.
Yeah. It'd be a retake if that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I think.
You're just out of time with
Yeah,
your
in
curse
case
word.
anyone is wondering, we're not making money doing this.
Just to make that clear,
Yeah.
we're not. Exactly. Right. So
Yes.
I think I don't know really. We're doing it in English because I think despite us having like 2 views per video, I think we.
I was just agreeing with you. Like, yeah.
But I'm thinking like
It's not even a self-deprecating joke.
no, I'm
it's
being
just how we reason.
yeah. But I think like I think we kind of have to somewhat appreciate that. I know that like friends of ours are watching this and they know English because most Swedish people know English, but we also have a few
Sure.
international friends and
Sure.
people who don't speak Swedish who do watch this and have kind of acknowledged that it would be fun to do in English.
Yeah.
And I guess why not? You know,
Yeah. I don't
we're
know.
fluent. It's fine.
Sure. I don't know anyone in Sweden anyway.
No, that's right.
No one here.
So we're doing it in English. We're doing it live.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Mm?
I think. I guess it'll be a very cold open to this episode because we have for about half a decade now, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Decade is 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, but what's a century and what's a
No. If you didn't bring it up, then no one would have noticed anything. You would have been totally good.
Yeah. God damn. No, but so we've been doing this for about 5 years now. And 5 years and 9 days ago, we released our first single. And in a week, we'll release our second EP.
Yeah, that is a
And
week.
I think, for us, like doing Todd has been a bit of a constant in the back of our heads kind of thing. Like it hasn't been a on and off thing really, despite there being a off period, but it was very quickly picked up upon once it wasn't off anymore,
Yeah.
There's never been any doubt, I'd like to say, maybe.
No.
And, having it been quite a long constant of our adult lives, we thought it would be fun to maybe do a looking back at our time doing this,
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking like just what you were saying, that I guess with the on and off thing, like it's a bit different from, when you've picked a hobby or you start a band or something and you're dedicated to, oh, we got to come up with band stuff to do because we're in a band, or like, oh, we're musicians, so we have to come up with things to justify the fact that we are musicians, we do music, that's what we do, better come up with some music. Instead, it feels very organic in a way, like you were saying, it's always in the back, like it's almost an outlet, like when it shows up.
Yeah.
It's just natural that, okay, so it's on.
100%.
It's coming now.
And just kind of how it's, because we've been in a lot of different formations in regards to music, like in different groups with different people. And I think we kind of, I don't know, I think we unlocked something organic that you said is a very good word for it, where it's just been this us thing that and I know we talked about this, but like we feel very lucky that we've found this outlet, like this for this to be our outlet.
Yeah.
And learning together and developing together and just like approaching different styles and new ideas and being able to communicate that without having it being a band issue.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's been, you know, I don't know. So I don't know, maybe for the people who'd like to know, but also for us, a fun little conversation to have about just doing it. I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, compared to I think a lot of other people who are like dedicated to their band, their music career in that sense, I guess we are kind of quiet for the
Yeah.
most part. There's not a lot of activity on Instagram or whatever. We don't even have a TikTok account or a Twitter
No.
account. So I guess it's more natural in this way that we kind of touch base when we feel like, okay, let's actually have a sit down then
Yeah.
and go over some of these things. And if you want to hear it, then you want to hear it. But we're
Yeah.
not going to spam your Instagram algorithm with like, notice us, please listen.
No. And
if you want to, you want to.
I guess, yeah, exactly. It's if you want to, you want to, and it's fine to do that. I just don't. I think we're just not that kind of people. Like I'm not. I see people doing it, and sometimes I can like wish that like I wish I had that form of expressing myself in a way, but I don't. It doesn't come natural to me.
Yeah.
Like you see a lot of those like live videos of like smaller bands, and they're like filming themselves playing live, and they'll put these little captions on like over the bassist head will be like, oh, super confused, what is the singer and it's very, it's a fun way to like showcase yourself and to interact with your fan base, make it a bit of a funny thing, but we just don't have it in ourselves.
yeah, no, exactly. And I think like the separate skills that you're now kind of expected to have a good grasp of both of those things. Like one is how to get noticed and produce content and all that.
Yeah.
And the other thing is obviously the fun part, I think, at least, like the creative part and doing what you want. And I think it depends on what your specific goals are, like what you hope to accomplish. And somewhere along the lines, we've kind of landed in the goals are usually creative or musical goals. Like we're happy when we see new followers, but we don't keep up to date with making sure, how do we reach more people, or how do we get better at making posts?
No, I think that's been quite a conscious decision from both of us that like we kind of want this to be quite us. Again, going back to like being very, I think, lucky with the dynamic we have and what we do. I think both of us being those kind of people, I think it's quite good to just be like very, hello, here's us, we're doing this, rather than it being like, whoa, I'm here. Like, I don't think I could.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, take it or leave it.
Yeah, exactly. You're like it or not.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man.
Yeah, stick around if you want.
Yeah. Fuck around and find out. Or don't. But, yeah. So, I think, let's just get into it,
Yeah.
What we're going to talk about. And, obviously going back to what I said before, like Third Degree, which is our first release, but it's not really our first song.
Yeah, I guess we're going in chronological order
of release.
Yeah,
is that what we're doing?
Yeah, considering release dates, or otherwise this will be a minefield. It's probably for the best. Just going back to some of the on the EP that will be released now, like older than Third Degree.
Yeah.
It's older than this project.
It's older than exactly. Todd didn't exist.
Yeah, I don't remember which night in the bedroom that was. Or
yeah, that's good. Yeah, release order is quite good.
Yeah.
So I think then because we both had quite a I don't know what to say, like learning curve with that. But I think first of all, what I wanted to kind of ask you start this off would be like, what was your going into Third Degree? What was your biggest hurdle? That's something that I'd like to know. Like it was very new for both of us, this whole project. Like what would you say was like your biggest with Third Degree, I guess?
Well, I think especially like picking up a new instrument and stuff and just going into a more like it's just the two of us really in the recording process. So a lot of the things you learn, I think you can read up on stuff for guides or like guidelines, but it's trial and error all the way. I think especially when you're self-taught. And obviously there was so much to learn about how do you actually record guitar and what is it supposed to sound like and what do you have to think about and all those things. Like if no one tells you, you won't intuitively know, I think. Maybe some people really sit and, study
Well,
what it sounds like.
I guess there's a difference between, obviously there is, but like playing an instrument and like recording an instrument. I think some people might just have that internally to be able to like play as you're recording it. Like it's very
I mean, they do say that a lot about with singing as well. They say that you should record yourself and listen back to it, because it's very hard to know if you're on pitch or what your delivery is actually like until you've taken a few recordings, and then you can look back at it. And so going in to record when you've never done anything like that, at least on guitar, or been behind the wheels at all, was a big hurdle. But I think you can almost look at that, because we say we've been doing this for 5 years now, but those years have looked very different. Like starting with Third Degree.
Yeah.
I mean, Jonathan held our hand a lot through that and could guide us.
Humbled us real bad.
Yeah, and that's almost
in a good way. In a perfect way.
Yeah, and that's almost one era.
Yeah.
And then us doing it on our own, you can see a kind of progression there into how we learn to be just the two of us and dividing the labor or whatever, and how we envision it. And then I think coming to now, where it's still just the two of us, but we kind of know what the hell we're doing to some extent.
Yeah, I think with Third Degree, I think it was so like you said, picking up an instrument. It was my first time not doing vocals. I'd done it like once before. But it was my first time going in and doing vocals as well. Which, was fun, but it was, I know we were really excited about this, and we had the song, like I remember when this song came, didn't we come up with the song because you were humming on a melody and I was just going off a lyric I wrote a while back.
Yeah.
And we like looked at each other and we were like, what was that?
Yeah.
And then I remember just like...
Total mistake.
Huh?
Total mistake.
Total mistake.
we were working on Aprilia in the cabin.
Yeah.
And I think we were done and we were like, wait, that's also kind of nice.
Yeah. And I remember the car ride back home, because I think we recorded like half the song.
Yeah.
And the car ride back home, we were just like replaying this part over and over again. And I think, one thing that what you were saying about how we kind of understand how to do things now was, I think, learning how to, which took me a while. It didn't happen with Third Degree, but like learning how to like manage your expectations in a way. Like going in and being like, yeah, we can do this, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But then you actually get to recording with someone who knows. And, like you were saying with guitar, like just sitting there and was sitting there thinking that I got this. And then you're with someone who has it. Yeah. And they'll be like, don't do that. And you're like, but I've been doing this the whole time preparing for this. And it was the same with me for drums. Like I remember there are some parts there that I really struggled with. There were some parts there that Jonathan, I remember him looking at me being like, can you play this? Like, are you able to do this?
Yeah.
Because I'd been playing it in a rehearsal room. Yeah. But that's quite different.
Yes.
And so, yeah, it was, I think with Third Degree, I guess to kind of answer my own question, like the hurdle there, the challenge, I think, was limiting my expectations without knowing that I had to do it. Yeah. Like there was it was a humbling experience to be with Jonathan in that room.
Yeah, sure. But we also picked a kind of difficult genre to start with from that place. I mean, since then, I think we've done more free-flowing things. But when you double-track guitar, like, or you have a very specific beat or like syncopated whatever riff, like it becomes very intentional, because a lot of that kind of style of metalcore is very intentional and it's very tight and it's very like everything sounds the same. Both sides needs to sound the same. Otherwise it gets muddy.
There's not a lot of room for room. Like it's very like you can tell if something is off by a split second. Like it's very
Yeah, you don't have two guitars like improvise.
No.
Or like play together a metalcore track in that sense, because the breakdown needs to be the same and the bend needs to be the same. And I remember there was a lot of those things where it's like, wait, how many times do you do that kind of scratch thing on the guitar? Is that a syncopated thing or do you do them in fours? And it's like, I never just picked one. Like, I don't know. I just kind of sit on my own and like, if it sounds cool, it sounds cool. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but you need to pick one now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, but I'm not dedicated to one of them. Like, what do you think? And he's like,
But
either.
Going back to that though, like with how, especially with how our music is written, all it, it always starts with you being like, here's the idea, like here's the ground for it, like what do we do with this? And I think that, you know, maybe I notice it a lot because we talk about it, but I think that free flow feeling of like, how many times do you scratch that or whatever, I think you've learned how to do that. Like it still feels very like, you know, but again, it was the first song and it kind of put down a lot of the ground rules for our writing and our approach to things.
Yeah.
So you saying that, like sitting there and then Jonathan asking you like, how many times does this happen? And you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
I think that's still a thing, but it's under control now.
Yeah, like, sure. In a way, I almost envision him sitting next to me, like thinking about it, like, is that note supposed to kind of hum there over that part? And he's like, no, I don't think it is. I don't think it should.
But yeah, but it was a fun one though.
Yeah,
it was very, and I think again, like we've said it a lot, but like, bless that man, bless Jonathan.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
yeah, forever.
For those demos are hilarious, and I love them. And for him having them sent to him, listening to them, and actually being able to translate our ideas, amazing. Actually being so guiding and helpful.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I think I said it before, but for those first few songs, it's almost like we have three members. Because while, I mean, he does the bass on that song and a few other songs after, but a lot of the kind of creative input and the mixing and the production, like the sound, is him. I mean, it's his guitar tones. I didn't know anything about that. He even told me like which pickups to use. So that is almost an era of itself, but he did a really good job, I think.
Phenomenal.
Getting through.
And also being able to like, which I guess, you know, like this kind of goes into Aprilia a bit, which is I think a bigger conversation, but just what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah. It will come back to you.
Yeah, it completely slipped my mind. But yeah, so, you know, I think maybe to move away from Third Degree in a sense, if you don't have anything more to say, it's such a...
I was going to ask, like, because I can compare with myself, but I mean, it is 5 years ago, and that's your first song doing vocals, like that has been recorded and released at least. And I know with some of the things we have been releasing now and lately and that we're working towards, do you see a big difference where you almost go back and you're like, oh, I can see how I only had like this framework to kind of move from, and these days there's so much more like inspiration or possibilities.
Absolutely. I think I know listening back, because we've, you know, with our screaming techniques, they're quite different. Mine is a lot of belting. And, you know, during both Third Degree and Aprilia and Anamagara, like I completely lost my voice for days. I couldn't speak. I remember the second day of recording vocals for Aprilia, we came to Jonathan's and I was like, I didn't have a voice. And we still had Irmelin to do. So, you know, looking back at it now, if I understand your question correctly, like I feel a very big development, like having learned how to kind of control that strain, I guess. And I was speaking to it about someone a while back, and they were saying that they really like the vocals. And it's, you know, again, it's 5 years ago. You've developed as a musician and everything. And I couldn't just be like, thank you. I had to put it in there and be like, you know, I listen to it now. And I'm really proud of it. Like, I love what that song is, but I listen to it now and I'm just like, I wish my voice was there then. Like, I wish my voice, what it is now, was there then. So there's a lot of screams. There's a lot of like strain to it that I think adds character.
Yeah.
But it wasn't intentional.
Yeah.
Like, it was actual strain.
Yeah.
Which made it, you know, Yeah. So there's,
Yeah.
does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's a fun. It was fun to do, and I think I felt quite. I think I felt less nervous about it with us sharing that experience of you being on guitar for the first time. So I think it was very. It wasn't like me taking a vocalist's place. It was like I'll try and do this because the whole idea for Todd is, for it to happen, you had to learn how to play guitar.
Yeah.
And the ideas we had was, well, then maybe I should try and do vocals as well, and we'll meet each other halfway there with vocals.
Yeah.
So I wasn't nervous about it. The whole situation and what it was really allowed me to try and explore that. I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
But it's it was challenging in a way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it's crazy for the record when you look back, like, because it was a big compromise with Todd, like why it worked so perfectly, I think, because you had this idea that you wanted to do vocals, so you got this opportunity to do vocals for the first time. I had this idea of wanting to be a songwriter and be behind the guitar, so I got to learn guitar and do that the first time.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think I'd ever been doing clean vocals on a track before then.
No.
Before Todd. So there was a lot of emergence for both of us when you look back now. Like, now our roles are kind of set in a way, or like we're pretty comfortable just stepping into it and have some confidence, I guess, around it. But at the time, we'd never even heard us in a serious situation. Like, what can we sound like if we really try, and if someone helps us get there?
But I think that's a massive stroke of luck, because you. The coffee machine?
Yeah, and I turned off.
Oh, okay.
The background.
Because I think something that can be quite like discouraging for a lot of musicians is that feeling of, oh, I've been playing for a year and now I'm in a room with people who have played for 5. It can be quite discouraging. But for us, we already had that part of the experience with you being a vocalist and me being a drummer who kind of knew what we were doing in our own way. But then we also started from zero in a way together. So I think that also, like, it was a real stroke of luck that we both tried something new together, because I think it also opened up, like, it opened up a lot more opportunities than it would have otherwise, I think. Because there was no, like, I never had the feeling of, oh, maybe, am I embarrassing myself doing this? Or am I blah, blah, blah? Because if I was embarrassing myself, then, we both were, in a way.
Yeah.
We weren't, but I just mean that, like, we were
yeah.
both at zero with what we were going and doing, in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. It was a fun thing to do.
Yeah. Do you think that Third Degree is a good representation of Todd today? Do you think that's a good place to start to get into our heads and what we're about?
Think so, yes, because we've, it's hard to say because there's a lot of ideas that hasn't been released yet, but I think we've somewhat established, especially with our blank canvas, that we like to move around in different genres. So I think I don't think any song would be like a good, like, this is their sound, but at the same time, I think that makes it so that every song is kind of like this is what they do, like, this is what we do with this genre, and this is what we'll do with that, and here's our take on this. So I do think, like, it's where we started, it's where we both kind of opened up a door to try something new within music, and so I'd say it's a good fun what do you do you feel so as well? Or?
No, I agree. I think
Your Third Degree?
yeah. Wait, sorry?
You said I agree, and I said you third agree.
Yeah, you third agree with that. I think maybe you could look at the discography and imagine that this was a kind of place to start, and now they've gone away from it. But I hope everyone knows, the two people in this, how much we reference Third Degree, like when we talk about Todd. Like, it's like the it's like the baby
Yeah.
that we carry around with us. Like, don't worry. Like we're holding hands with Third Degree throughout
it's
the whole process.
Yeah, and yeah, we do actually.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
whenever we do something metal, we're like, oh, maybe that kind of Third Degree groove.
Yeah.
Or, that kind of Third Degree like melodic
thing,
thing.
like the beat down Third Degree thing. Like just try and get that feeling.
Like, try doing the Third Degree scream.
Yeah, it's
like,
right.
like it's so much in the DNA.
Yeah,
but it's a very standalone song
Mhm.
in that sense, at least for now.
Yes, for now.
But I do remember when we were driving home from the cabin and listening back to this little demo that we had almost an idea of like, oh, when we release songs, this is gonna be like the heaviest shit almost. Like this is gonna like be crazy. And I think we don't really have that always like attitude when we release songs. Like this is gonna be heavy. As maybe we had then, like we were emerging as a heavy band.
Oh, yes. Now I get what. Yeah.
But I think when we just had that, and when we kind of had, we had the songs for Aprilia, but since then I don't think we're always like, is this heavy enough for Todd?
Yeah, no.
Or is Todd a heavy band?
Yeah, I think we both somehow, somewhere, we kind of just realized that we both love metal, and I think metal is in a lot of our, well, you said like our DNA.
Yeah.
But I think I said this a while back. Like, if you listen to our music, and you can kind of tell that we are like alternative musicians. There's always like a sense of metal. If it's just like a random background scream or the distortion, like there's always this sense of like, okay, these guys understand heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we moved away from that, and that was yeah.
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 Yeah. But we never left it.
No, we did not. And I don't know. I don't know. So that was Third Degree, I guess.
Yeah.
It was our first little debacle.
Yeah. Things to unpack there.
And then we get to our baby, Aprilia.
Yeah, the big one.
The big one. Yeah. The one and only.
Yeah, I think to this day, the big one.
Yeah. Yeah. That one and Rhapsodic, I'd say, are like the big ones.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
But
we get there as well.
We'll get there. But Aprilia that was a test of. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was very interesting. That was very just. I guess we already did an episode going through like the whole thing about making it, so I don't think we have to like sit here and repeat the whole history again. That's like a 2.5 hour long conversation. But
that's true.
It still was. I think this is more so interesting for me to actually ask you, because, again, Third Degree wasn't our first song, but Aprilia was our first. And it was your first thing writing, I guess, recording, trying to make like a full thing, which I'm still incredibly impressed by, because I really don't think anything changed from the groundwork that you put down. There's a half tempo part in Adelheid that I know that I was like, wouldn't it be cool if you took this riff and just put it in a half tempo?
Yeah.
I think it's like that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think those songs have stayed in the same structural, like it's been the same structure.
Yeah, very much actually.
From the demos, which I think that's really cool.
Even a lot of the noise between them was there in the demos, and I think some of it was changed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But structurally, that was always the idea, kind of.
Which
that's
a cat
thing. Yeah. I got a cat.
Yeah, that's true. Fifth Todd member.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 cats, so it's.
Oh yeah. I was like, who's number 4? Jonathan is 3.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I guess the 6th one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, but with Aprilia, it's still such an interesting part, because that was also a massive learning curve. That was also a big like. But I love looking back at it. We weren't young kids, but it's still this. We really gave it our all. Like, it was I remember being very like emotionally invested into it. I know you were too. Like, just like quitting your job and going away for a month and a half to like look at life and like
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Just I don't know.
Yeah, it was written in isolation in a cabin. Yeah, and then you came up and joined me.
Yep.
And we discussed it all over the phone
Yep.
and sent like demos back and forth. It's like probably the most like old school way you can do it, probably, or like when you hear a story or something, like just back and forth, and you meet up to do it in isolation alone, and it's not like rehearsed really.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was very, I don't know. I think maybe that's what made it work so much. I think it was just kind of like the driving passion for it.
Yeah.
Like there was no, I remember back then, which I can struggle with a bit more now, but back then there was really no sense coming from me where I was like, oh, will people like this? Or like, is this, it was full force, full throttle, no stopping it. Just every idea was just like this, this, and that. Like the end of the demo for Adelheid, I remember doing it in like like the extended living room thing, and just these weird, maybe like Michael Jackson noises, and we were like,
oh my god,
we were like laughing about it, and then we were like, oh, but what if we just like twist it and turn it a bit, and then it's there. Like it was just every idea, every little mistake.
Yeah, the kind of screaming noise in the end of it's you doing a Michael Jackson impression. I forgot that says so much.
That's
that is perfect.
Yeah, and it was just the approach constantly. Like there was never, I don't know. I'd like to say that we didn't know enough. I think maybe that's what made it that way, that we could just, and again, bless Jonathan, because that man had to listen to the Michael Jackson noises and be like, all right. So
why Michael Jackson though? What is the angle there?
No, but like make it sound scary.
Make it creepy.
Make it creepy.
Can you add distortion to that?
It was this very, I don't know, man. Full throttle, every idea, nothing really stopping us. Every mistake, every like, oh, what if this? And it's like, yep, we're doing that. And then I don't know. I don't know. It's so embedded in me, like emotionally. I think I have a hard time talking about it if it's not like specifically like just memories from like recording it, which was a lot of fun, or like I don't know.
Yeah. I think what is very interesting about it is that it set a lot of the, I think, ground rules for our music.
Yeah.
Because when you look back at it now, like it's formula, like it's very kind of free flowing. I mean, there is a structure to it, but just the kind of idea of how it starts and the kind of metal part before the chorus is very short, and then it goes into this big chorus, and then it goes dissonant and into noise, and it breaks down again.
Yeah.
And it builds up into, this breakdown, and then it's noise again. Like it very much shows, and you could say like, oh yeah, that was a learning curve for how to learn to actually write the song. But we have not looked back for a second that we should have, made it different, or maybe that there was enough material for 2 songs there, and we should have stuck to one idea.
No.
And it's almost the guideline in the future now, if you're like, make it more unformulaic, make it like repeat it even less.
You're very right. Yeah, the formulaic thing actually is very interesting, because that's kind of stuck with us for, there's this idea we have when we put down music. It's very like we try to like very rarely like repeat a part, which I think in the whole EP, I think 2 parts are repeated. It's like the chorus in Adelheid, and then the chorus-ish part in Illvilja.
Yeah.
I think that's the only 2 parts that are like reoccurring.
Yeah.
And even then, like the beat change, like there's an added vocal to it. Like we always had that idea, and I think that's really stuck with us through our music. I know one of the songs from the EP now, I sent to one of our friends, and he came back with that feedback. He was like, it's so interesting how you guys, it's like it's never just a song. Oh, I told you about this. He said it's called something. You do it in classical music where like there's never a reoccurring part.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the word for it now, but it's, I don't know, I think, well, even Third Degree was that way. I remember actually intentionally us being with Third Degree, like, no part, can't come back.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a new part every time. Just keep it.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it going.
It never defers back to like a place of comfort or something where you say this is what the song sounds like.
No.
Like it plays until it stops.
Yeah, and it was, I don't know, I think, Adelaide and Aprilia and Third Degree are so intertwined in that sense, because they were worked on kind of at the same time. They were written at the same time. They were recorded like not that far away from each other, and they were both in that same startup, like let's do this kind of thing.
Yeah,
because I think we released Third Degree in December, and then we had finished recording Aprilia in February.
Yeah,
so it was quite close to each other, like
pretty much back to back.
Yeah, like 3 months in between, with a lot of writing and just kind of constantly going through that. So yeah, I don't know, lay down the groundwork a lot. You got to sing clean for the first time as well.
Yeah, that was interesting, and do harmonies on my own vocals.
Yep.
That was also tricky. I remember, actually, I learned a lot of tricks that I use till this day when you do harmonies, because he would record every take in piano, and I would just follow the piano and mute the vocal take. So then you sang the chorus in 3 different ways, and then you put them together, and there was like a structure. I've never thought about it that way before, but I was very impressed there by his ear as well. But I think that gave me a lot of what to aim for.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if I can come up with a chorus melody and he can play it in piano, so we'll know exactly what it should sound like, then it will work. And ever since, like, I'll use that method as well to think about it or compare and be like, oh, should it go like this or this? And then we play it on piano, or we put it together so you actually can hear it, like just the notes. And they're like, oh no, that doesn't actually ring true, does it? Or, oh, that actually has a cool effect if this goes there. So yeah.
Again, we're with this part of Todd, it's so much going back to Jonathan all the time.
I even do the trick he taught me that if you're gonna do like some riffs where you don't actually play on the 0, and if you're a little unsure about it, or if you have a noisy guitar or a lot of gain, you can tie a sock to the top.
I do that with bass now as well.
Yeah.
I always have like a sock, or like just like a hair
yeah, exactly.
hair tie. Just put it there, so it kind of just
and it'll just give you a little support, just so you don't have a great take and then accidentally like make one of the other notes ring, or if there's just resonance by the way music works. So that's great too. There
was I don't know, there was a lot of fun. I remember just about learning from him. This is quite a small thing, but I remember he kind of taught me what gain was. From, I think we were recording a scream that I was doing, and I could see him like kind of from behind the microphone, and he was just telling me, he was like, okay, just give me like what level you're going to be screaming at. And I did it, and his head kind of flung back a bit. He was like, right, that's too much gain. And that taught me as well. I was like, gain? Too much gain with too much volume means too much? Interesting.
I
know, just observing him.
I think his methods live on.
Because we're, this is a bedroom project. In a big way. And we recorded everything except for drums in his bedroom. So it's kind of helped us like understand as well, how easy it can be. Although there's a lot of work afterwards, but just getting it in here, it works. And he kind of made that possible for us.
Amazing.
I don't know. Aprilia was a lot of fun though. A lot of fun mistakes as well.
So besides on the like technical things of it, I mean, Aprilia is also our dream of what do you call it again? A concept EP.
Yes.
And there was a lot of thought into what it was about and how the lyrics were going to go, how the themes were going to be presented. I mean, you could say for a lot of it, we were playing around and we were just excited to try things, but we've also been dead serious about some things and be like, this part needs a girl singing in the distortion, or this needs to be a recurring theme, or,
I remember even with the your brother's like throat singing. Even that had like a proper like, what should this be? Oh, that's this. How do we represent that? Oh, maybe we should make it sound like almost like you're being controlled by a shaman, like your mind is like losing its ways, like you're in this state of like what has happened, like that kind of
just the song names were very intentional.
Very, very intentional.
I mean, it's all women names that have meanings.
Except for Ilvilja.
But I realized that came from the word malice,
Yep.
which sounds like Alice.
Yes.
And then we realized that it sounds cool in Swedish,
Yeah.
Illvilja. Like it has a very nice title.
Mhm.
Just, I think,
Works quite
the way
well
it's
with the other
written.
titles as well, just how it rolls off the...
yeah.
Adelheid, Illvilja,
Yeah,
Illvilja.
and we like throwing in the Swedish in there.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
I think a lot of artists do. Sometimes it's just like American artists, and they'll just have a song called Oscar or something.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, sick. Yeah.
Which
I
is
guess it
dope.
looks cool.
Yeah. We've also been dabbling with a Japanese title.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Languages are cool. I don't think you should gatekeep languages just because we can't speak them.
No, definitely.
But no, yeah, there was a lot of... God, that was so much fun, honestly. Like, I remember us like writing different vocal parts and just calling each other at like 3 o'clock in the morning, being like, I wrote this line because of this thing that you wrote, and I was thinking like, if you throw those back together, blah 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 blah. It was, I don't know, it was really fun. It was really cool. It's crazy because like the way we write now, I feel like that part almost comes naturally. Like it's a very like when we talk about writing music now, that's a conversation we have before we've written the lyrics. Like it's like I feel like this part and that part should kind of connect each other lyrically.
Yeah.
But back then it was so in the moment and it was so constant and it was so like we made it work almost. Like there was never a going back step. It was constantly moving forward. It was like okay, the lyrics to Adelheid, the lyrics to Illvilja, the lyrics Aprilia, Illvilja, Irmelin, and it just kind of went forward all the time. And then, you know, you're writing your part for Illvilja and then my part coming in next. And I was like, I was thinking, I'm going to do this because you did that. And we can like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
Really fun.
And another strict rule emerges that no song title will be sung in the song. That is an extremely strict rule, in case anyone's noticed.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's almost
in case you two haven't noticed.
Yeah. And it's almost a problem sometimes because you'll have that is a sick line. Yeah. But is it a better title?
Yeah.
Like you gotta pick one because now I can't sing it, so now I need something else. But it works in the rhyme. But it's also a good title.
I'm glad you brought that up, actually, just the rules thing, because I remember Adelheid did set those rules. It's like no text on the cover. Like that's a rule. We want it to be a picture that represents, and no song title is said in the song. Yeah, that was another rule, and also the whole like we're gonna free flow everything. Yeah, there's no saying no. Almost, I think Aprilia gave that to us as well. Like there's no saying no. Yeah, like there's just this is my idea. How do we make this work? Well, we'll do this. Okay, cool. Here's another idea that I have. And it's like, well, how do we make this work? How do we put this into the song? Yeah. Which I think kind of allowed us to create what Aprilia, I keep confusing the two. Aprilia was. It was very, for it, again, being our first project, big one, I think it was very good for us that we didn't set any limits. Yeah. That we didn't go into it with one of us being like, no, I don't like this because it doesn't fit. Yeah. It's like the whole campfire part. Right. Is such a fun thing to do. Then going into like, I don't know, it's like the start of Illvilja, and then it's like this orchestral spoken word, and then this campfire sing-songy going into like death metal, going into this like techno, going back to like the first riff, but there's this like electronic thing. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm really proud of it. Yeah. I think it's really great. Yeah. It's yeah.
Going back to the song titles again, I have a vague memory of we just planning to make Adelheid, and you finding these names, Aprilia, Irmelin, and Adelheid, and having a struggle to pick between them because you had 3 names, and we then saying like, well, what if there were 3 songs?
I remember you saying this as well. It might be how I remember it is that you went to the cabin and then you sent me back these songs and you were like, this is what I have. But you told me once that the thing was you sent me back again one of them, and I had 3 song titles, and then we kind of just ended up being like, what if it's more? Like, what if we do more? Yeah. Yeah. And we did.
Yeah.
We fucking did.
So looking back at Aprilia, I guess a kind of final thought maybe, because I've been thinking about this a lot. It's our first project where we kind of decide what to write about as well. Like Third Degree was a bit of a...
It was an old lyric I had as well. Like the lyrics were written by me a while back.
yeah, but it set the tone a lot for what we would do in the future. But what do you think the theme of Aprilia is in the end? Like what is it about?
Ooh. So not like story, like theme.
Yeah, like what did we actually write about? Like what was the idea we picked?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Yeah. Because my idea of it has changed a little bit.
Okay. You can start if you'd like. I think I need to.
Okay. So this is a tricky thought. We'll see if I go over time with this. But it just came to me. I was at the airport a while back and I just started thinking about it. And I don't know if I'd been reading philosophy or something, but I had recently read the book Crime and Punishment, which is a lot about morality and right and wrong. And I started thinking a lot about illvilja because there's two, to remind everyone.
Yeah.
Aprilia is about this woman who is in an abusive relationship, and one night it goes too far and she locks herself in the bathroom while he's trying to get in. And in self-defense, she accidentally murders him.
Yes.
And then has to kind of reconcile with that or face that.
Yeah.
And the way I've been thinking about it is that illvilja is really the big intrigue of the whole EP, I think. Like that is the central point. Because we represent two completely different perspectives of the situation, even in the back and forth parts where we both sing. We're almost arguing different points. And I've been thinking a lot about the kind of morality implications of Aprilia. I think when you discuss morality, it's easy for everyone to agree on most things, as long as the scenario is kind of low intensity and complexity. Like you can ask, is it wrong to steal baby from a child? Most
Just
people
steal a baby from a child.
No, steal candy from a child. Okay, yeah, because that's more intense if you steal a baby. But is it wrong to steal candy from a child? And most people would be like, yeah, sure,
yeah.
But it's also like if someone says, well, I did it once, then you're like, oh, well, shame on you, but whatever. Like, you know, that was
gonna paint him up as like a psychotic person.
Exactly. Yeah. You won't end a friendship because someone's like, oh, I once, scared a dog.
Yeah.
Or something. You'd be like, oh, well, you shouldn't do that. Like, don't do that in the future. But when you ramp up intensity, morality starts to kind of crumble sometimes.
Yeah.
So take the scenario of Aprilia.
Yeah.
She murders someone in self-defense, and you represent the side of shame, or regret, or mourning, and I have, I guess, the kind of easier perspective.
Well, the justification of it, like you're trying to justify it. You're trying to be like, don't feel bad about this,
exactly.
like,
it's
because
almost, and it's a metal song, so there's a lot of you get what you give in a way, or like you had it coming. Fucking guy was pushing it. Like, what are you gonna do? But that's an interesting thing, because when you ask the question, like, was it right for her, like, to kill him in self-defense? When you ramp up the intensity there, it's a lot harder to answer that question. Like, when it really matters, was this moral or not? Suddenly, you kind of have to think about it or discuss it. Because then you're like, is the most moral thing to not defend herself and just get killed out of fear of not hurting someone back? Like, is that
who's trying to hurt her?
Like, is that a standard we can put on people? Like, if someone tries to attack you, never strike back because violence is wrong? Or do we go in the other extreme, that if someone is trying to attack you, they're kind of fair game for you to mess them up however much you want? And it becomes this, like, where do you draw the line? Like, where? And it's almost like a spectrum of what people say, but it's not a clear answer. And I love the fact that we don't answer that question.
No, we do not.
We do not answer that question at all. And I still wouldn't answer it.
No, this is a really cool question. I've never thought about the morality of this story. I think I've been so into the story part of it, because I like the story. It's an open ending in a sense. Well, something happens, but it doesn't end well. It's not like it doesn't really go places.
Exactly.
But I would have to agree with you about this, like into like if you scale it down to like one word, I guess this EP would be about morality.
Yeah.
Like it's a very, very good. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I never thought about this. This is such a new.
Another thing that I mean, we did it intentionally, but I've never really thought about it until quite recently. But in Illvilja, you represent this perspective that she really regrets it, she mourns it, and she can't live with herself. And then comes the twist where she changes and changes perspective. But she is destroyed through this.
Yes.
She becomes a new version of herself that can live with the fact that there is no moral reason to be ashamed, and she can actually not regret killing him. But it changes her. She becomes Irmelin.
It destroys her. It's a whole different new mind in a sense. It's like her acceptance come through the breakdown of herself.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. It's not the monster that you represent.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the humanity that I represent. It's this escapism almost. It's this like breakdown of your own mental state to try and justify it through some sort of end.
Exactly. And I mean, she starts as Adelheid.
Yeah.
And she goes through the Illvilja, and she ends as Irmelin.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never even thought about it, but there's like an actual like dramatic curve there that says a lot about life and how she can come to terms with the fact that she is capable of murder.
Yeah. I think I don't have that much to add. You've painted this picture so well. Like this is really cool to hear. I really like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. That made me think of it a lot differently as well.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You almost want to reread the lyrics and say, we were onto something there.
Yeah.
Because Crime and Punishment is about kind of the same thing.
Okay.
It's about someone who commits a murder because he thinks that he can.
Yeah.
But then he realizes he can't. He can't live with himself after. He can't live in the world as someone who is okay with murdering. And like he's eaten up inside.
That's very.
Yeah.
Like even just without looking at it like thematically, that is literally like the story of what happens to her.
Yeah, you can actually think about it a lot.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yeah, weird, right?
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh. Never thought of it that way.
Re-listen to it.
I will 100%.
Because I re-listened to it, and when you say universe is complete at the end there, after the whole, scary shaman part, it hits different.
It does, yeah. It becomes, yeah. I'm going to listen to it on the train later. I need to.
And that it ends in the major scale. It's so fucked when you think about it. Like, how it comes back, but now she's... okay.
Yeah, it's a very, I don't know how to, what's a good word for that? I don't want to say bittersweet, but it's like a very, she is happy in the most horrific way there is. Like there's two very different sides kind of merging there at the end, being like, well, this is the end of the story.
Yep.
I don't know how you feel about it. Which the major change we'll have to say is, again, Jonathan, who just kind of had this idea at the end.
Yeah, intuitively change the last note to the major scale.
Yeah, which is such a good, like it's a very, very cool way to end something, like just sonically, but then also, again, with what we had made, it worked really well. Again, like the Third Degree, Adelheid, and Amagara, they were basically us and Jonathan doing that. Like it's very...
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think... very, very, very shortly, moving on from here, because I think this is like one of my most, like, what I'm very interested in with all of this. So, quick answer, I guess. What did you struggle the most with Adelheid? I'm going to ask this about, like, everything, but I think just
Adelheid?
With Adelheid. Or Aprilia. Like, what was your, like, fuck this moment?
Oh, like the part that was
just
tricky
a part or just something, like, just... a realization of like, I put myself in this situation now, I kind of have to like overcome this in a way.
That's all of Anamagara for me.
Okay, well then maybe we'll save it. Maybe we'll save it then for Anamagara.
But I think it was probably okay. Most of Illvilja, I think it was okay.
Yeah,
I think so. The acoustic guitar part was a little tricky because I needed to change strings before, and then the music shop opened like an hour before I was supposed to get there, so I restringed it in my car.
Yeah.
And I just went up there, and if anyone plays guitar, like the first few minutes or up to an hour after you've restringed the guitar, it's shit.
Yeah, it keeps detuning itself.
Yeah, like you have to, tricky.
Okay.
Very 10 strings as well. I had this idea that it was good to get like thick gauges.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to play acoustic guitar that way, especially if you have big chords, which we used a lot at the time. Like we used all the 6 strings for the most part.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing, you know, going back to the whole like how we kind of learn things through especially these first few projects.
Oh yeah.
Just
things you avoid. Yeah.
The things you scare yourself out of it. You're like, you put yourself in the situation. You're like, I'm never doing that again.
Exactly.
It's like driving on the highway without a driver's license. You're like, I'm never gonna get a driver's license.
Yeah.
Like this is not worth it.
I was gonna say, it's
wanna...
like going to school or learning how to drive a car. Like you learn something perfectly and then never do it in real life. Like you learn calculus and never look back.
Nope.
Like most of math as well. Yeah.
So,
well, what about you?
I actually don't know. I think Aprilia was a quite lenient experience for me. Like it was, I think you pulled a lot of that weight with me literally never even having opened a DAW in any way, shape, or form at that point, and you having your Cubase experience. You had to pull a lot of weight with pretty much every idea I had. You had to kind of lay it there for us to make those demos. And I think drumming wise, I didn't really overexceed myself. I didn't play bass yet, and lyrically it was, again, the whole writing process was such a whoosh, that I don't really think that I had a moment of like, I don't know if I can do this. I know a lot of the vocal recordings I had to once again be a bit humbled, because I was like, I'm gonna one take everything, because I thought I could, and then I realized that screaming for a minute and a half from, you know, never having done it, it's quite challenging. So I don't think I really had a struggle with Aprilia. I think it was, to me, it was a very, it was an escape almost. Like that was probably the smallest struggle that I had in my life at that point, honestly, working on Aprilia. So I don't really have one with that one, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, thank you. It was lucky.
Yeah, no, I don't remember anything specific as well. That was like tricky.
So I guess we'll segue into Anamagara doing that then.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Because that one was... I actually have a hard time remembering kind of where that song came from in the whole timeline. Because that one got released after we had moved to England.
Yeah.
So about... what was it? Aprilia was June 2021. Anamagara was what?
Probably...
Was it 2023?
Yeah, probably into winter sometime.
It wasn't late 2023, was it?
No, but we moved in November.
And
we
2021.
Yeah.
Also, it was in 2022.
Probably,
yes. Yeah. I was
like
thinking...
spring, maybe?
Yeah, spring 2022, maybe. I don't know. I lose track of things. But it's... I remember that one was a bit interesting for me, just I think recording wise, but I do kind of immediately want to go into, because we kind of hinted at it earlier, like struggling, because I do also have like memories of you being like, fuck fuck, because at that point, like, we're 4 songs deep, 4 quite like experimental, like kind of going all places songs. So, you know, you had established, I don't know, I'm just rambling now. I actually I will say I did struggle with one thing with this song. I think it was hubris. I remember, because that song is not about hubris, but it kind of is about this like dedication towards your music, your art, and what, you know,
push it to the limit.
Yeah, exactly. Like just going all fucking in. And I think I remember like just kind of living in that head state of being so proud of Third Degree, and then being so proud of Aprilia, and then thinking that like Anamagara, this is gonna be massive. Like,
Yeah.
this is gonna be
Yeah,
the song, you know. And I guess that part came after releasing it in a sense, but just kind of realizing what hubris is in a way.
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah, I don't know, thinking that it was the best thing ever, which can be very, very damaging in a way. I think you need to look at it in the right way. Like, you should be really proud of what you make.
Yeah.
And you should, you know, you could definitely think like, this is the best thing ever, but you need to like kind of hold that within yourself in a sense of pride rather than in a sense of, again, hubris.
Yeah.
So I think that was something that I had to kind of deal with Anamagara. But recording wise, I don't think it had any big issues. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the end of the song on the drums was a very, very interesting thing to record.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very hard. I don't think you were there when we recorded drums.
No.
But I remember actually apologizing to Jonathan quite a bit. Oh yeah, because I had a night shift as well. And I got home at like 7 in the morning. And I think we were supposed to meet at like 10. So I had about an hour of sleep, and then going there, doing that, failing horribly, eventually getting it right. But I remember looking at him at one point just being like, I'm so sorry about this. Like, him driving like mattresses and like all his microphones and a sound desk and his computer, everything, setting everything up in this horrible mess of a room. Which is also a horrible room to just record in general, and then having to sit there with me for like a good few hours, not being able to do what I was supposed to. It was, yeah, embarrassing. But yeah, I just yapped then. But I think hubris is probably one of my, like, having to learn how to handle your hubris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I think you described it pretty well, and I was gonna say the exact same thing. But I guess this is the first, like, because Third Degree was written almost as a way to test what it's like to record something before we went in for a full EP. And all of Aprilia was written in just this flow state of inspiration, and you did everything for the first time, so everything was super impressive and like really great and just fun. And then Anamagara is a follow-up song.
Yeah.
And that was in my head a lot. I was like, okay, now we've released some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're not become massive rock stars, but obviously you want to up yourself.
Yeah.
Or you want to be like, okay, so, I mean, if you compare the technicality of like a lot of the riffs or kind of things going on there, like it's a big step. And it was a step I really wanted to take because it's a very energetic song.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really have a slow part where you just, you know,
it's the break-off point
yeah.
in like the I can only break so
yeah,
many.
exactly.
It's like that break-off point, but other than that, it's very,
while we're playing instruments, we're really playing them.
Yeah.
I think the intro is the only thing. I guess the like that was pretty easy.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, definitely just going too far with it, or I guess wanting it too much.
Going too far with it is a pretty, or I guess going too far with, but how do you say? Överskatta.
Overestimate?
Overestimate, what could be made, I guess you could say. Again, Jonathan holding our hand a lot, but it's like overestimating, like, oh yeah, we did this, so let's try to do this song in 260 BPM. No worries, man. And then not really understanding the technicalities of recording things and how things should be recorded. Like, I know there's like a double bass part that because you know, in my head it was like, I can play this fast. And then again recording it and sitting there with him and him just like looking at me being like, are you able to do this? Like, can we do this? It's so I think,
I just remember like there's a lot of those little which is a very new thing, and that's a specific like technique that you can use, and I don't think I really knew how to play something like that. I just knew what I wanted it to sound like. And I remember there was like this kind of chugging chromatic riff, like that had a weird meter, and it was moving so much across the fretboard And I remember when we were sitting there playing it, Jonathan was like, you know, you're not actually timing it well, like when you put your finger on the fret and like
Hitting the
play.
string.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's not in good timing, and there's a lot of noise as you move back and forth. I was in there like, oh yeah, I guess it is. Like that was a big learning moment because you're challenging yourself, but you haven't learned how to challenge yourself. So you just pick a basis, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna try to play this as fast as I can. It's like, can you play it fast?
Mm-hmm.
So we sat there. I remember for a long time, and I felt quite bad.
Wasn't I could be remembering wrong. Didn't that song take a whole extra day of guitar?
Yeah, it took a very long time. I don't remember. I remember we were there for like probably 6 or 8 hours for one song.
Yeah.
At his place, and it was probably, I mean, it's quite short and it's just one song, so if I knew how to play it well, it would maybe take 3 or 4 hours. But I remember I was scared because I realized how you do double takes, and he wants, you know, extra dubs and stuff to pick between and all those things, and I was like, I'll be happy if I can play this the way you describe it once.
Now I need to do like 5 good
yeah.
takes on each side. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that was a massive. I remember not feeling great about that, or
Yeah.
really being humbled, I think, and really getting an idea of, okay, so this is what it actually takes to play guitar somewhat well.
Yeah.
Like these are the kind of, was they like the kinks you need to work out?
Mm-hmm.
You can say that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like to polish it a little bit. Or,
yeah.
And I can hear it now when I record demos or something. I'm like, okay, yeah, so that part is quite quick and struggling. So I need to really get that down and like mute that part, or, you know, be careful how I slide my finger there, or some of those things. But I have none of that when I went in.
I think another interesting thing about recording this song, because now, you know, we're both mentioning like realizing that I can really do this, is I didn't know about the concept of red light fever back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like go.
Yeah.
I'm actually I forgot mine in my jacket pocket, and I'm stressing out. Oh yeah, sure, man. I'd love one. Thank you. Where can I need to throw mine out.
It's out anyways.
Riveting content.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. But I think not knowing about red light fever at that point, like, you know, you can play something, you can do it really well, and you feel real confident about it, and then someone hits record, and it's like your whole like body just kind of shuts off. And I think, looking back at it now, I think that was a very big factor into the whole being humbled part. Because instead of looking at it as like, oh, this is red light fever, I'm nervous because I'm with this person who knows so much and who I look up to in a sense, like as a musician.
Yeah.
Not understanding that, like, I put it so much on myself that I was making mistakes. Like the idea of me being nervous for recording wasn't really there yet. It went immediately to like, I cannot play. Like I cannot, like I'm not able to do this because I can't. There was no idea of like, well, like performance anxiety, I guess you could say. You know, it's like you have to get this right, and then you get it right once, and you're just like, I'm never gonna be able to do this again because I'm shit. Like this took so much, and I think, you know, being humbled in that sense, in a way, was pretty good. Like not being able to like where I was at that point in time. The way I was thinking about our music, I think it was really good to have that like humbling experience of like, this might be a bit over my head. Like this might be a bigger challenge than I thought it would be. Instead of being able to like resort back to like, oh no, this is just like nerves. It kind of went to this whole like, I need to practice more. I need to realize where my limit is, and I need to be able to translate that into these microphones so it sounds good.
Yeah, if you want to be technical, then you really need to get there as well.
Yeah. It's it was a fun one. But, you know, talking about how bad things went, again, a song that I'm really, really proud of.
One of my favorites. I think it's almost the favorite.
Really?
Yeah, or one of the big ones. Or it's probably the one where I'm like, I'd show it to anyone, you can't say a thing.
I remember that one also more so than Aprilia in a way. I like one of our friends from England who doesn't really listen to metal, that song was like one of his most played songs the year we released it because of the harmonizing vocal part.
Really?
And I think that's very cool because the whole song is very and then there's this one melodic part, which is a quite short one before going into like as another chorus and then a breakdown and then this big finale. And it was like his most played song because of that part. And I think that's also, you know, I think it made me very happy to learn that someone who doesn't really listen to metal really enjoyed it, because I think it kind of took me back a bit from like listening to the song and just kind of hearing my own mistakes in a way, like being like, oh, this one works. Like people really, like someone who I didn't expect to like it really liked it. So you know, it's
probably the best compliment you can get.
It is
the biggest one.
100%. Like it is a fun one.
Yeah, like I don't usually like this, but you made it work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I don't.
Like it translates.
Yeah, I'll listen to like the whole thing for this part that you kind of put in here.
Yeah,
and that part as well was a lot of fun. I remember you being like, "Wouldn't it be cool if we kind of just like?" And I'll try and just do some singing and.
Yeah,
I think it's you. Doesn't Jonathan also harmonize in that part? Isn't it
I don't
both
know.
of you?
Maybe it does.
I think it's. I think if I remember correctly, it was like you put yours down, then we were waiting for him to also add some extra vocal harmonies.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
Yeah,
he's really good at that actually.
Yeah, I know that.
Really good at harmonies, and
he's very good at harmonies. I know there's this last note that's being held in that part. There's this one where I'm like, that's like I can hear his,
now that
like,
you mention it,
his tone, his voice in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a lot more like trained singing voice as well.
Yeah, didn't he like study choir or something?
Yeah.
He did a whole
he
like
put choirs together, and for his own music, he would actually have a choir singing the parts. Like there's nothing synthesized there.
No.
Synthesized, as far as I know.
Yeah, no, he's God, he's good.
Yeah.
God, he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does Anamagara mean?
What Anamagara means?
Yeah, what
means?
Means? What the hell is that supposed to mean?
You mean the title?
Yeah, like does anyone know?
I think no, I don't think so. I think we hinted at it once. Because I was looking back in our at our Instagram a while ago, and I remember that announcing the song. It was written like we found Anamagara, we found this thing. It's a fun title actually. It's so for the non-Swedish speakers, Anamma means to kind of adapt is the wrong word.
Assume? Summon?
No, like assume. Yeah, assume is to. Oh, there is a word for it, and I have had it before. It's kind of like, so let's say you have a friend, and you're really close with that friend, and then they start hanging out with someone else.
You have other friends?
Huh?
You have other friends?
No, this is a made up scenario.
Good.
So, and then you can see
like
this person that you know quite well. They'll start to like take a few personality traits from this person. They'll kind of become like you anamma someone else. You can anamma like an idea. You can it's this becoming almost.
Yeah.
So it's that of like becoming, I guess would be the good way for it. And then Gara is very luckily we found that word watching a nature documentary where I don't even remember where in the world, but they had these like fire winds.
Yeah.
That when it got really warm and they would have these winds, and there was no fire there, but they were so warm that there was like it was like burning. And in their language they call it gara. And I remember sitting there in your old apartment in Helsingborg just being like that because the whole song is that. The whole song is about this drive, this force, and kind of embracing.
There's a lot of references to fire.
Yeah, exactly, and just eat. But like, but you know, so the title in of itself is it's a fun. I don't know. Becoming fire, I guess, would be like a very simple translation for it. Explanation of it. It's probably one of my favorite titles. I think I really like the word anamma, and I think it rolls off your tongue with anamma.
Yeah, it has a very abstract meaning in Swedish.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time translating it into English.
It's hard to catch the tone. I think adapt and was pretty good.
Yeah,
like you adapt to, or you take on something.
Like become based off of something else. Like you don't anamma out of nothing. Like anamma you have to anamma something. Like anamma is like a verb almost, I guess you'd say. Yeah. Anamma is a verb, so you need to do it from something. Yeah. You can like anamma like a dancer's posture by realizing that like, oh, maybe if I move more like this, it'll be good. But you can anamma like
behavior.
Behavior. It's
mindset.
Yeah. So
pretty abstract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're past that period.
Yeah, and that ends big chapter.
Yeah, because then we moved. Oh yeah, we moved to England before we released Anamagara.
Yeah.
But I think that like our time in England was very interesting for us learning how to write and stuff.
A lot changes there.
And I'm kind of gonna go straight into it. We were talking about being humbled earlier. Rhapsodic Cessation. It's probably my hardest. It's the song that I've struggled the most with, which is ridiculous. Because my input on it is quite minimal. But I mixed that song.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's funny. Like, I know 2 people who have said that it's like their favorite song of ours.
Yeah.
I love that song, but the listening experience for me is quite impossible. It's like a real struggle that I have. It's not even mastered.
No, we didn't even know about mastering then. you know, none of our material is mastered up until Love's Lament.
Is it not?
No.
Didn't Jonathan?
No. That's why you can actually hear that it's quieter than a lot of other music out there.
That's mad. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you could remaster those songs or master
those
songs. But as far as I know, no.
Aprilia mixed version.
Yeah, but you can hear it's a little quieter. Like it's luffs.
Interesting.
It's quite low.
I didn't know that. But okay, that made me feel a bit better about myself. So that is just the mixing that's bad, I guess. But
I think the recording process as well. Like we were doing everything for the first time, and I remember you saying with some of the drums, like with the cymbal
I had a broken cymbal as well that didn't really translate the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, I remember we were experimenting with recording like guitar amplifiers, and it didn't come out as it sounded in real life, and all those things, and like with vocals and harmonies.
Yeah.
Like we were doing everything on our own. We didn't have Jonathan there to be like, oh, do this way instead.
Nope.
We were just like, I assume that's okay.
Yeah. But it is one thing that I am, it was fun. It was a real, but that was like an afterthought. I didn't struggle with it during, because I remember mixing it and I was like, this fucking man.
Yeah.
And then
it's always like that.
A year into our education, I was like, wow, I didn't know anything. But it is the first song that I played bass on. That was the first time I ever tracked bass.
True.
It was the first time that I ever sat down and I wrote a bass part. I played it.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That opened up that was like a new chapter, I guess, in Todd, which has kind of brought us to this point where we're at now. Where
extremely new chapter. It sets new rules as well.
Yes.
New guidelines.
Yeah.
A lot.
Took a dip down. Like it was because, it was like Third Degree, just deathcore, blah, blah, and then Aprilia, which is this like melodic, ambient, screamy, black metal, throat singing, whatever part. And then it's Anamagara, which has like fucking an orchestra playing like trumpets and stuff behind it, and like all these different ideas. And then it was like, should we bring it down a bit? Yeah. Should we try and bring into some melody to talk? I guess you can talk most about this because that writing process is pretty much all you, honestly. I think
except for the bass and the drums.
Except for the no, but I mean, like, just I remember like the writing of the song itself. You had a very clear like, this is what the song is.
Yeah,
like there wasn't a lot of room for like, maybe you had a pretty finished idea once you had put it down. So it was like you did all the vocal takes as well. Yeah,
it was the first song that was like, this isn't even metal. This is just going to be like clean vocals, and it's a standalone song, quite different from an Anamagara.
Yeah,
and it's played very differently, and I think both of us, but especially me with guitar playing, learned a lot from it. Cause, and a lot of the, like I said, rules that have kind of been kept is that the first few songs were quite busy, and like Rhapsodic Cessation, it's just chords. it's just melody. There's some rhythm, but it's very simple. Like the hook of Rhapsodic Cessation is just down 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 down. Like compared to but I think that takes a lot of I guess confidence in a way.
Mhm.
But I appreciate that in music a lot more these days, and how something can just sound pretty.
Mhm.
And you were saying about the listening experience because of the mixing and
Mhm.
stuff. But I think, well, I listen to a lot of stuff where the mixing isn't like a huge thing.
No.
I can appreciate that intimate bedroom recording where it's just, this is my idea, this is what it sounds like when I play it. And I think when you get past the first few seconds of it, I'm totally accepting of what it sounds like, and I think it adds a lot to the song.
It does, and there are like a few. I like, for example, I love how your vocals comes in on like the "She will never know who this song is." And I really like that ending part as well. I like the piano melody thing that comes in at the end and stuff. There's a few things where I'm just I wish they weren't. Like I can also appreciate some bad mixing.
Yeah.
I love some bedroom projects, but that one has like, I think honestly, like if you show that to like someone who's like a trained engineer, they'll probably be like, that's objectively not good. Like that is, which I'm fine with. It's fun. Like it's again, like Todd has been like a learning curve for both of us, and we were lucky enough. Like imagine if we didn't have Jonathan. Imagine if we tried to make Third Degree without it. Like it would not have been what it was.
Yeah, no.
But
Definitely.
But Rhapsodic, again, it was, I think, guess you could say, the actual start of our musicianship just being us.
I think so.
Not having, someone safe to fall back on and be like, does this work? And then being like, we probably need to do this instead. Or
we get to pick the takes.
Yes.
We get to pick the sound.
Yeah.
We get to
record it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is very different, of course, and I think I was wondering a lot how people would react when it came out, because we had just released Anamagara, we was almost upscaled from Aprilia, like even more technical, even more in your face, like very compressed. It sounds louder, so I think there was some mastering and limiting going on in it. And then you have Rhapsodic Cessation, which almost has a lack of compression sometimes, but I'm really into it because like bands that I like the Honorary Title or some of those kind of like indie bands, the kind of charm there is that it's very uncompressed. Like you can hear the things, but it kind of flows in and out from like the delivery or the performance, and that can sound very cozy. And I think there was a lot of that for sure, and there was a lot of melody. It's cute.
It is very cute. It's fun. It's like a very I think if you showed someone like Third Degree and Rhapsodic Cessation, because a lot of metal bands make like softer music, but it's not just like softer, it's like it's different.
Yeah,
like you're right, releasing it again, everything we release, I think we're always super proud of it. I know we're always super proud of it, and we're very like, it's gonna be so fun to see what people think. But that one was a bit of a stretch.
Yeah,
just not the feedback we had gotten from people who had heard our music. There was nothing of them there was none of that feedback to like feed into Rhapsodic Cessation. It was just so different from what we had made. But I think again, with the rules we make and kind of what we're trying to establish with our music, it's a necessary step for us to take, because it opens up a lot more of the melody. I guess you could see it a little bit in the vocal like harmony part in Anamagara. I think that part is probably like most similar to what Rhapsodic just kind of has, like audibly. But it was a fun one. It was a strange one. It was
but I think you did a lot of really good things in it as well. Like the vocal takes you picked, I think sound great.
I think so too.
And like a lot of the reverb, I'm really into actually. I kind of like this non-restrained, use of reverb. And overall, I think it has it definitely has a boom to it, which I'm kind of into as well.
That's what I was gonna say. My biggest gripe with that song is the kick bass and the bass. Like I feel like they have a completely different soundscape than what every other thing in that song has. So it kind of becomes this like, I know I think it's in like the second verse, like the And there's always the Dove's Overture
Mm.
part, and then there's like I don't know. I think it's just that there's just something with it. There's
Yeah.
something with it where I hear it, and because I made it, I can't just be like, oh, they shouldn't have done that. Instead, it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, which I think makes it hard for me. But I do love this song. I feel like I'm sitting here just like bashing it now. I'm really not. I love the song,
Yeah.
and I think it was very fun going from Anamagara to you being like, I had the song. I'm like, oh, what is it? It's this
Yeah.
super cutesy, melodic kind of like
Yeah.
da-na song, which
Yeah, I think it shows the different sides, and I think the fact that we chose that song as our next step changed the script a lot, and probably had us land in a place of more freedom, because we were listening a lot to boxing, daughter. There were a lot of, I mean, we were listening to Kishibashi and stuff at the time, which is the least metal music you could probably find.
Yeah.
Up there, but we had that as well, and I think sometimes people will play in a metal band or something, so they have to play metal.
Yeah.
And I've always thought that doesn't sound great. Like is that all? Yeah, you have to say. And then like, oh yeah, but I have this other project where I can sound a bit more like this when I feel like that. Like, is that necessary?
Yeah, it's like you're a musician. Like represent yourself as a musician. If you have multiple different sides of it. I mean, Landon Tour is like he's a really good example of it.
Yeah.
Although he has his like solo part, which is quite different, but even in his like solo part, very a lot of different things there, and that's good. I appreciate that. I like that. I like listening to someone who can kind of just put out a song and be like, well, 75% of the people who listen to me won't like this, but I like this, and that is what is important.
Yeah.
You have to be genuine in a way.
Yeah.
I guess going back to what we said about not really being able to be like, oh, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to it's
exactly
what we do.
Yeah, I don't think there was a lot of metal tracks at the time for us.
No.
Like what we were thinking about, or what we were into, what we were learning, or what we were curious about.
No.
We probably were curious about, this kind of shoegaze sound, or a lot more of the nicer melodies or slow arrangements, I guess.
I remember also just like being around you during that time. I remember you just kind of discovering a lot more new things. Because you were a real metalhead for a long time. Like I've always listened to metal, but you were like you knew so much about metal. You've taught me a lot about metal and artists. Like I didn't even listen to Slipknot when I met you.
Oh yeah.
Like I Slipknot, Korn, and like I didn't even really know about them before I met you. So it was like very interesting as well to kind of see that translate into our music. Because I remember you like talking about that, like discovering like I think there's a softer side that I'd like to explore. Us talking about doing it as well, but I think a lot of that came from you.
Yeah.
Like just, getting our speakers in our rooms and just listening to music and studying engineering and being able to kind of learn how to express yourself. And you were so like into just sitting there and playing around with different sounds. And you learned, I feel like, you learned a lot about guitar going up to Anamagara, but like after that, I remember like every other week, I feel like you came into the room, you were like, look at this chord. What is this? And it was, it was so, there was such a part there that I think kind of also, again, how kind of every release we try and just like open up a new part of what we do. And Rhapsodic Cessation, I feel like releasing that song put us at ease with being able to explore those softer sides, But I do remember like that coming from you a lot, just trying to expand, I guess, and also just finding an interest outside of metal.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, it's But bless that song, I love it, and I'm really glad. Like, and Tin messaged me again. It's been on his top 5 for like 3 years in a row now. And I'm just, every time he sends me every year, and I'm just like, that's so, I'm really glad. I'm really glad that this song has like a fan. That this song has a place in our discography.
No, but I've heard it get mentioned as well. Probably a lot more than some of the songs that I guess I would suggest.
Yeah.
And it's also become one of those, it's now also one of the babies.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll reference back to it. We referenced back to it today.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
you know, we used the title to things, or
Yep.
you know, you set different bars. But I'm happy, of course, you know, when you hear that, because I think a lot of time when you discuss metal that affects you or sticks with you, it's like, wow, that was so heavy, or isn't this part, you know, just really cool,
So
headbanging,
angry, like you can feel the
you know, that scream is cool. And then there's another part of music where you're like, I keep re-listening to this part and it just means something.
Yeah.
And I think you don't always get that in metal. You can, but it's different. And I think
I feel like it requires a lot more in metal, because metal is already so up here. So to try and reach a part that will bring it there for the listener to be like, whoa, this is even more when the last. I know one for me is like I can't speak French, but La Faune Sauvage.
Yeah.
By Gojira, like the breakdown part, like the 32, like what do you say? 32 beat, like double kick, and just like this roaring scream going over these like tremolo guitar. That one is one of those for me where it's like, hold, I feel this in my chest, but it's quite rare in metal. I think finding,
yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, not just that.
Yeah.
God,
Rhapsodic Cessation.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything else to say about Rhapsodic?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. Oh, one little fun fact is that the creepy chord that ends Adelheid is used in the kind of chorus of Rhapsodic Cessation.
Oh.
Which is funny. Like it's it's the same chord, but recontextualized, it sounds kind of nice. Or somber.
Yeah.
It's like context of songs. Like I think in general, like you can talk about genres a lot, and you can, but when you talk about genres, you kind of talk about it in a pretty practical way. Like metal is in usually this BPM or has these elements, you know, the guitars sound like these and that. But when you talk about artistry, you talk a lot more of how is something presented.
Yeah.
If you got to choose, how do you go through the songs? Where do they start and end? And there, I think it remains a lot like we would do. You know, it sounds very different, but to me, it always made sense, and I would play them back to back in a way, and not feel like, because maybe some people would hear it and they're like, oh, okay, so they decided to switch.
Yeah. Which is fair.
Yeah.
In a way, you know.
Yeah, like it sounds very different, but there was never a decision to do that or something like, okay, no more metal, let's try something completely different to see if we do better there.
Another fun tidbit I just want to add, which is it's Dove's Overture. I think that was the first title for it.
Oh, yeah.
It was a title for it first.
Yeah.
That changed.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah. It was then made into a lyric instead.
Yes.
So we had to change.
Yeah. Rhapsodic Cessation. Yeah. And then going from there, we had Love's Lament.
Yeah, there's a little weird part there with, again, when you look back at our like discography and us changing sound, because then there's 2 singles that doesn't feature you on vocals in that way. I think you do dubs on the chorus.
2 singles?
Yeah, a Rhapsodic Cessation, then Love's Lament.
Oh, I thought you meant Love's Lament and something. Yeah.
No, the 2 of them, and I think you're only there in the back, and that could also have been maybe misconstrued as okay, so they're not doing harsh vocals anymore, so Ludwig is just back on drums.
Put him back there.
Like, yeah, this is gonna be the Eric show from here on. And I remember me thinking that a little bit. It was more like just circumstance, like of what we were doing, because we had songs that featured both of us, but just the songs that arose in, like, there was just 2 of them, to be fair.
But I think that's also with the setup we have. Like, we are 2 people, so even if I don't do vocals, I'm still on 2 instruments, and even if you don't do vocals, you're usually the one who writes the whole structure of the song and puts in guitar, and usually the one who mixes it as well. So even if like there's a lacking vocal presence there, like it's never.
No,
it doesn't lack a presence. Like it's still the 2. It's still just the 2 of us.
Yeah, but I'm happy that our latest single was just your vocals, and more return to that. Like your exploration of it, because I guess it could be understood as if oh, they're just doing love songs now with clean vocals, so it's gonna be different. Like, there's been a shift in
every band, every musician needs a love song with clean vocals. Era.
Exactly.
It's all right.
Yeah, and it's funny because I didn't really want to be perceived that way.
No,
but I'm still happy with how it all came out. And
but I think we talked about that quite often, where I've expressed that like I find it really frustrating that we haven't released all of our ideas.
Yeah,
because in the pace we're going, it's like you said, you'll release Rhapsodic and then it'll be Love's Lament.
Yeah,
and the idea that you said about like, oh, maybe people will look at it this way now. It's so hard because you don't just want to post online and be like, don't worry about it, guys. We're still,
yeah.
But it's hard because all of our ideas are, I don't know. So it's every release that we make, I feel that we trick the audience in a way. Yeah. It's like, oh, this is what it is now, but it's like, oh, but you don't know about the
that's
next
true.
5 things that's gonna come out. It's
yeah.
So I think we're a test of patience.
Yeah. Yeah, just for the record, there wasn't a discussion where I forced Ludwig to,
no.
so I could just write my love songs for a
bit. Do this with me, or you're out of the band.
Yeah.
No, there was no discussion about that. But I will say though, I say that as if I'm about to put in some kind of judgment. Love's Lament. I was thinking about this the other day, like thinking about having this conversation and stuff. I was like, what do I have to say about Love's Lament? I have such fond memories about Love's Lament. I don't know why. I think that's like the easiest song ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the drums are a one take.
Yeah, I think so.
I remember playing the bass there. I was really happy with it. Because I just got to kind of like, I know the opening part where the bass plays along with the kick drum. I was really proud of that. Because I'd like write out like on a piece of paper, like each like bar, like how many hits does it have, like where do I play?
Yeah.
In my not being able to write any form of music language way, it wasn't like I was writing notes.
Yeah.
But I remember being so happy with it, and I remember I love the song. I think there's so much power to it, and it's a fun song. It doesn't really stop. Yeah. And I don't know, just recording it, you, me, and I think Owen was with us as well. He was just hanging out with us.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like I remember when doing drums, he was there, and I remember I don't know, I just had a very fond memory of recording and making Love's Lament. Like there was no nerves where even if Third Degree and Aprilia was fun, there was nerves there. There was no hubris with Anamagara. There was this almost like Rhapsodic Cessation was this first attempt at it just being us, and then Love's Lament was just this us being us thing. Yeah. And I cannot remember, I could be wrong about this, but even like from you, I can't remember any like struggles with it. Like I don't remember you being like, fuck this part, or like anything like that. I think it was just a very, let's make this song kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. I don't even have any like specific memories of it, just that the whole process was quite fun.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I almost forget that it's in there sometimes.
Me too. I was walking around at work the other day and I was just like shuffling all of my songs, and it started the first note, and in my head I was like, I recognize this song. It's like, what is this song? And then I was like, oh, it's us.
Yeah.
And it just kind of came back to me. I was like, this one has some drive to it. I also really love the album cover.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it is of. Do you remember what it is of?
It is from Bonfire Night in Liverpool. I took long exposure photo as this driveway, and it just came out looking really cool.
Yes.
And then I think you added some like pixelation to it, or like some color, and it kind of looks like a butterfly.
It looks like an explosion of light. Like
which is perfect.
Yeah. It's great. I love it. I think, I don't know, Love's Lament has like, I think like the least for me to talk about, but like the most, almost like one of the most fond, like simplest. That was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah. I have some unique memories for it. Wasn't Liam there as well? Like we recorded it with him for one of his projects. And then he sent it to us much later, the takes. And then we were like, this actually sounds good.
I think so, yeah.
I think we did it for like one of his school projects or something.
We might have done that.
At the end of term.
Yeah. We did a lot of our music for people's.
A lot.
A lot of our music for people's. Yeah. I think most people in our class in uni has recorded Todd at least once.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's
or recorded one of us for their project. Like we were
yeah. Jonathan is like, first time.
No, it was. Yeah, we might have done that actually. You're right.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we re-recorded things though, because I do remember like drums. It was Yumi and Owen doing. Because I think we posted like one of the takes on Instagram.
Yeah,
it was like the build up towards the end.
Yeah. I think maybe just my vocals were kept actually.
From Liam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think I even played bass on that song for Liam, and then you played the bass when we actually recorded the song, and I did in my Logic as well. But I remember just playing after the guitar, like on his bass, because someone needed to do it for his project.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, whatever.
He's a bassist.
Yeah. I guess he needed to be behind the desk for it.
Yeah. Fair.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's I don't have a lot to say about that one.
Yeah.
But so I'll just like jump straight into it because this one I'm quite like excited about. Ode to Her.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say about
Yep.
On Love's Lament that it's the first one that got mastered as well.
Yes.
Because we were in the studio for a class assignment and we got to use our song.
Yep. By Louis Capaldi's master engineer.
Yeah.
Which is
a professional master.
Yeah, like a professional, like actual like famous mastering engineer. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was in front of the whole class as well. Everyone got to hear it, and I remember it being a nightmare of nerves because he was just repeating parts, and it felt stupid, when it cuts off and your voice goes like,
yeah.
And there was a lot of that.
It jumps in between this, like, jumps through the songs. There's no like context to anything. It just becomes like
and it was like all the mistakes you make as well. I remember the file was like the actual sound wave was like just a block because it was back at the time when you were just learning. You were like, if you wanted it to sound louder, you just gained everything up. Like you didn't think about mastering and how mixing doesn't need to sound loud. Like it's fine to just be audible or balanced, and then you can make it loud. But obviously you're always pushing it and then when it bounced, and it was like, but it's not louder, and it's like it's clipping. Like it's limited. So there's a lot of that. And I remember the bass as well. I think I was quite scared of resonances at the time because that was my first time mixing something too, and I remember I was quite scared when something stood out. I was like, oh, is this annoying? Like is this too much then?
It's gonna take over the whole
I think I like shelved the bass and the kick drum a lot, and then when we heard it in studio it was like it's actually nothing going on but below like 60 hertz, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I'd almost send this back if this was a real thing. But then he like found a way to save it with like a compression saturation or something where he could like backtrace it and make it okay.
That was actually such a cool thing because I remember him just sitting there doing it, and we're all standing behind him just listening, and I couldn't hear a single difference. And then he finished and he played it, and he like showed us like what it sounded like before, and then you just switch everything on, and you were like, whoa! Yeah. How did you do that in 25 minutes?
It's black magic mastering.
Yeah, it was maddening, actually. It was really impressive.
It's like when you see a magic trick, like if you're not a magician yourself,
you
have no idea how they did it.
Yeah.
Like either you know every step, like you could do it yourself, or there's like, you just put it in the oven in a completely different dish. Like, what? What happened in there?
I put salmon in here. Why is there chicken everywhere?
What do you have in there?
Yeah.
I remember they played it for the whole class at the end, and everyone was quiet, and it sounded pretty good. Oh, and then at the end, he looked over and he was like, "Pretty epic, isn't it?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, do you think so? Thank you." And people seemed to like it. There were almost like a few faces being pulled towards the end when it echoes out into that just noise.
Yeah.
Because we really liked noise at the time. Or I really liked noise. You like noise too.
Yeah.
Still do, actually.
Yeah, we're noisy kind of guys.
Yeah, but there was a lot of noise in the end. I remember at the end you kind of got that stank face from people. They were like,
yeah.
But the guy was like,
pretty solid. Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
Yeah, I think something that translated.
Yeah.
That was a cool experience.
It was. Yeah. That was I forgot about that. It was him.
Yeah, I have a very strong memory there because I was on the spot, I guess.
Yeah.
So, not that anyone really looked over at me.
Well, I mean, I feel like in any song where you also do vocals, you always feel like you're representing it. So a song being made fully by you, done like all the vocals are fully done by you. I understand that, like standing, because I was just like, yeah, listen to the drum and bass. But you're kind of I feel that like singing is very like personal, like it's very intimate to share with someone. So standing there in a room, having to listen to yourself being chopped up and moved around a lot, and then just having to listen through the whole thing, I can understand. Like,
I mean, everyone there is like an audio engineer or an aspiring one, like they're your peers
and musicians as well. So like they all have their own opinions and yeah. I remember everyone telling me they hated it, like after you had left.
I think it was part of that. I was like, yeah.
I was the first one to say to you that I hate it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
Quick interruption there.
Yeah.
We just finished Love's Lament.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything more?
No.
You talked about the mixing, the mastering.
Yeah.
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 So, then it's the next one, which I think is really exciting because I feel like this one has been. We talked about like the tonal shifts we've made, going from Anamma to Rhapsodic to Love's Lament, and then Ode to Her has kind of stuck going into what we're releasing now in a way. I can't really remember. Do you remember like writing it? Do you remember what your intention with it was? Like, do you remember like, because sonically it's very different, I think. Like it kind of, the ending, I think is more so prone to what we made before that.
Yeah.
But I feel like everything else before that in that song.
Yeah.
Kind of remember? Or?
The actual ending was an afterthought, I think.
It was our
on request.
Second time recording it?
Yeah.
Because we made, again, everyone has recorded us. We made that song for one of our friends' like school projects.
Yeah.
And then we decided to re-record it.
Yeah, and the ending was different then. It came into this kind of singer-songwriter slow thing.
I'd actually completely forgotten about it until I found a version of it. And I heard that part again. It's very cute, actually. I really like that part.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we stuck with what we did because I think that ending is really nice. But I just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a trace of it, like at the very, very end of the current version of Ode to Her. Yeah, that is the same as what was the actual ending on the first rendition.
But don't sing when I speak. Clip everything.
Sorry.
But do you remember like? I'm gonna add autotune onto that afterwards. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember writing that song, like having it? How do I say? Because I feel like it's very different. Like it almost took on like a skater rock vibe, like tonal wise, and just the feeling of it, and like your rapping part, and like the chorus is very like. I don't know, it's very big, and I don't know, it's a fun one. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's like the first time we tried something that was more so, I don't know. I feel like an Australian on a surfing board when I listen to it. Like an Australian on a surfing board. I feel like I'm surfing in Australia. I don't know. Specifically Australian.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Not to be confused
with another surfer. I'm not surfing in the Philippines. I'm an Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think which kind of goes into this EP that we're releasing in a week as well. A lot of those songs were just fun to have around, and I think some songs you're right because you have a strong intention about the message or how it's gonna be dark or a little creepy or heavy or something. And some songs are just there because you keep replaying the riffs because they're fun, they're nice to listen to, and you're like, I kind of just having fun with it. And I think that was one of them, and it kind of sets the mood a little bit for what we're about to do now. And I think all those songs were the same thing. Like it wasn't a strong thing. We're like, oh, we really want to make this and write a song like that. It was just, we have all these songs now that we keep humming to ourselves, or that we have kind of in storage, and they don't really fit anywhere. They're like misfits, all of them, but they're fun. They're a little groovy. We have some ideas of how you can be quite creative with it. And Ode to Her really sets the stage there.
It does, yeah. I think also Ode to Her was a lot of fun because Rhapsodic and Love's Lament was such a... Well, our shift into going into just being the two of us. And I remember like recording Ode to Her. There were a lot of those moments that we tend to have when we record, especially vocals, I think, where we'll do a take and we'll look at each other and be like,
yeah.
And I remember, I think Ode to Her, we had kind of settled in just us doing it, like recording it and finding our way around it and finding the sound of things and how to do things like more smoothly and make it sound a bit better. So I think I feel like Ode to Her, like the same way where like Love's Lament has this like very easygoing feeling for me, like how we recorded it. I feel like Ode to Her also had that in a sense, the second retry. But it also had this added fun of like, there's no, I guess you could say doubt might be there.
Yeah.
Not really, but there was no like, oh, how do we do this? It's like we managed to do this, like, I don't know, it was really, I don't know, it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, but it is one of the first there wasn't really a specific idea.
No.
We were just kind of following the sound of it. We were re-listening to it, like, I feel like something is needed here.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't break off too much.
No.
Until the last part, I guess. Like the finale is different from the rest, but it is more formulaic than anything we've done before.
Yeah.
But
that was a bit more formulaic.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. But it's, I don't know. I think it fits. I think it's like that song is kind of like in what it is. So I think like as you said, it doesn't stray too far away from what it is.
Yeah.
Until the end, which is like a clear point.
Yeah.
But it's,
at least the verses are different, and like the chorus has different lyrics and delivery and stuff, and it has a big intro as well. Yeah. Which I like.
Yeah. I also remember the do 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 part. That was also added in this, like the second version we did. That wasn't in the first one. I remember that one as well. Was when you added that, you were like, oh, let's do this. Can you just do like and I'm like,
oh yeah,
let's do that. And we did it. And it was like, oh fuck it. It was a cool, I don't know, it was a cool like setup for what we're trying now, I guess. And I think we also Rhapsodic, Love's Lament, Ode to Her. I think we've kind of had to get those like out of our system in a way. And I feel like Ode to Her has more so shaped like what, like you said, like what is coming now with the EP. This kind of more twinkly, softer guitar sound, or like melody, but not chill.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've been thinking a little bit how it fits with the EP that is coming out. I don't know if we're going to talk about that as well. Like, hype up.
Yeah, let's
but
do it.
I remember we were talking about, because Love's Lament and Rhapsodic Cessation are essentially like personal songs just about whatever. Or not about whatever, but like it's more of a deep down into how you feel at the time of writing it.
Yeah.
About something specific, like a feeling you have as you write it. This is what it represents for me. But I remember we were talking a little bit about, as we were preparing this EP, that we wanted to write about things that kind of anyone could recognize a little bit.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't something specific.
No.
I remember we had these different kind of scenarios where you would listen to it and anyone could think about something related to that. And it's almost like the struggles everyone goes through, like the human condition in a way. And Ode to Her was a lot about that, where we go back to just singing about that thing.
Yeah.
Or an idea or a concept.
Yeah.
I guess in this scenario about wanting to be seen, or how
wanting to be perfect, being not, and struggling with that.
Yeah, exactly. And being, I guess, judged or perceived in a different way and being conscious about it.
Yeah.
The way that goes to the extreme kind of society pressures and things. And I think everyone can hear that and be like, oh yeah, I guess that means something for me too.
Yeah. Like, or someone who's been going to extremes with.
Yeah. Like everyone knows it. Everyone has heard about it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the songs we're doing for this EP now kind of reflects that as well.
Yeah.
Where
It's the whole concept for the EP. Like, it's
exactly,
the title for it and everything, yeah.
Blank canvas,
Yeah.
of course. And a lot of the lyrics will refer to things, but not be overly specific about what they mean, or that this could only ever mean that. There could be an object, just an experience, like a bus ride to their place, and everyone could be like, "Oh yeah, I think I know what they mean by that."
I've been on that bus ride, you know.
Yeah.
I've been looking, like, I've been talking to a friend who's been going through things and trying to tell them, like, you know, I'll be here for you and blah blah blah. And I've been the friend who's had to been told, like, I'll be here for you, and, you know, all that. Yeah. All that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and not to go on too quickly, but like Whatever Your Name is also a very like open-ended, like what it's about. It's just about the experience of like, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But even the end of Ode to Her has a lot of, you know, a best friend's glance, I think you say, and a lot of those like Summer Breeze. And there's a lot of those things that everyone will think of something.
Yeah, it's like just trying to, like, I guess you can say, instill this like sense of familiarity in a way, like, without it being like, oh, I don't know, without being too specific. You know, Let Us Dispute does that a lot. They're pretty good at that. Like, Rooms of the House is very like coffee pot, like kitchen knife, whatever. Like, it's these like objects you have in your house that like means so many things to like different people, but like most often than not, you have this like relic that's given to you by someone, or that you got together with someone, or that reminds you of someone. And like Let Us Dispute did that really well. And I think like trying to start that with Ode to Her was pretty good. Like, it was a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it makes an attempt, I think, to be a bit more personal, but without being personal.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, it's like personal in the sense where like you said, like what do you say, like the humanity, or like what did you say? You said something like the human experience. That's what you said.
Exactly.
The human experience of just like going through like the rough parts of life, and how you can feel so alone in it. But I feel like we're jumping into the EP now.
Yeah, there'll be a lot to talk about once it's released.
Yeah,
of what each song means, because I've been reflecting on that as well.
Yeah,
how it follows up on this.
Yeah,
there'll be a lot to say. But Ode to Her, it's also one of those things. It feels like a blur in time a little bit. Like, it just came together pretty quick, and then it was out, and it was nice. And then moved.
Yeah, I think it was also like because we recorded it once, and we were like happy with the recording, but then I think it kind of got to its like final form, and it was just like, I think we can do more with this. Again, like being in the process where we were in our studies and as a duo and making music, I think it was a big step to be able to be like, you know what, now we're kind of like Jonathan in a sense. Now we're like, well, but like being able to like listen to it and be like, we can do more. Like we should push ourselves a bit more with this. And I'm glad we did. I'm really happy with the song. I love the ending to that song. I remember you saying like, this might be a bit too much, and it was like, no, this is great.
Yeah.
And we also I think that's also like the start of where this idea, because we're trying that now, like being very analog, like a lot of less production. There's this violin at the end of it. Yeah. It's played by our friend Gaia. Yeah. That I'm really glad that we kind of got in there, because it's, again, this whole, I don't know, I feel like Ode to Her is a good set. Actually, one of the songs, the For You song on the EP, it was kind of written like together with Ode to Her. Like that was supposed to be like a counterpart to it. And then it's been reshaped and reformed, and now it's not, but I mean, it still is. But Ode to Her, I feel like it's like a setup. It's like a 2-year early setup to an EP.
Yeah. Yeah, if someone listens to it in the future, it'll make a lot of sense.
Yes, exactly. But I think like looking at the dates, it'll be released like 2023, 2026. It'll be like,
that's something for the future historians.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the aliens who finds the remains of humanity. They'll be like, wow, do you know that Todd waited 3 years between the
like, wow, why did they wait to release it so long?
Yeah, what happened? No, but it's I don't know. I feel like, you know, there's not a part where like we left off with Todd, I guess you could say. It's always been in the back of your minds, but like life gets in the way and stuff. And I feel like Ode to Her was like I'm glad we got that out before this period, before we kind of got back into it again, and we're like, fuck it, let's finish this. Let's like do it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Otherwise, Ode to Her would have been on the coming EP.
Yes.
Of course. Like
Yeah.
we could never have skipped it.
No, it was I don't know. It's hard to explain in a way, I think, for me at least, because we've, you talk with like other like friends who are in bands and stuff, and there's this kind of shared experience I feel that I hear a lot about, where it's like, oh, I had this idea, but the guitarist hated it, so he couldn't do it. Blah 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 blah. And I feel that like with what we have tried to do, like Rhapsodic was one thing, and Love's Lament was one thing, and then Ode to Her, like this shift in like tone and genre almost has like, I'm really glad that like we did it. Like I'm really glad we have the approach that we have, because otherwise I feel that like everything would just have been like slumped ideas, or like just kind of an attempt and then going back to form. But like with what the EP we're releasing now is, I'm so proud of it, and it's, I think I wrote that on our Instagram, but it's like an oddball in our discography.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we'll really ever return to that sound. Oh, well, we will. But
yeah.
for what that is, like, and I think I also have like a very huge emotional attachment to this EP, because there's so much going into it, and there's so many people involved.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like Ode to Her, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'm just so happy we did it. Like, I'm really glad we went the extra mile to like redo it and make it to what it is.
Yeah.
Like the added violins and the do 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 do.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
getting everything kind of down there, and
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
And I mean, for reference, like the material that is all of our blank canvas, like that hasn't occurred to us after Ode to Her.
No.
All that material was circulating at the same time.
Yeah.
This is just kind of how the timeline has ended up being.
Yeah.
Like we said, well, there wasn't an idea to do 2 love songs with no screaming, because that was all we were working on.
Yeah.
It just happened that to be that. But a lot of these songs, like one of the songs on this coming EP predates Todd.
It does. Yeah.
For you, yeah.
Yeah.
It predates me being serious about trying to learn guitar.
Yeah, it's literally like us. It's before. God, it's like before us trying to record Adelaide in our old flat. Like this is way back. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know if our blank canvas ends what I think is the second era, or if it counts as the beginning of the current era. I'm leaning more towards that it ends the second era.
I would say so too. Again, like with we've kind of gone into the EP now. Like that's what we're talking about. Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, I agree with you with that. Like I feel that there's. It was very nice to hear. It was very kindly, like our friend Chris, who engineered basically the whole EP. And when I was visiting England a few weeks ago, I played him one of the songs, and we were just talking about it. And I was talking about this fact that I have a very strong emotional attachment to it. There's a lot of just small things in it that like represents like people and places and just where we were at that time and like who was in the room with us. And we were having this really nice conversation about it, and he said a really nice thing where he was like, I'm glad you're making this EP, not just because I like it, but because like it kind of shows like your determination towards your own music. Like you didn't drop it. Like you're still living in that time, and you're willing to like still get it out there despite it having been so long. So I agree with you in the sense where like this ends an era. Like this puts an end to, because this is now there's nothing left recorded in England. Like this is it. Like this is the last thing that was recorded in that time and place. Yeah. And it's, it's an end. It's an end.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd say.
I think if you were to divide it, I mean, it's the first era that is with Jonathan and him kind of taking the lead, and I guess us just learning what we can and what we can't do. And
what we shouldn't do.
Yeah, and I guess getting some of the tools and just being like, okay, now but we can actually make songs probably. Yeah. And the second era, I mean, it starts with rhapsodic cessation. Like we were saying, we don't really know how to angle the microphones. We don't know what mastering is. We don't really know how to get it to sound the way we want to. Like we'll increase something when we should cut it, or we don't really hear if we are on pitch
Yeah.
perfectly, or not that ever perfectly, but
No, but
a lot of those growing pains, I guess, of trying to do it. And I think with every song, it progressively, like, we get better performances out of us, and we write, stronger, more fun songs. Like Go to Her is very explorative in that. And I think what comes out now, that was recorded at the end of Liverpool, sounds completely different sonic, and we got some help there as well,
Yeah.
of course, with Chris and everything.
Yeah.
But there's also material on there that we didn't record in Liverpool. We did it on our own here, and it kind of follows that. So I think that ends the Liverpool era of our mindset there.
Yeah.
And we step into a third, where I now feel, in a way, I want to say that Todd begins. So this is all for nothing.
That's for an opener.
Yeah. So anyway, let's start discussing.
I'm gonna start recording now. No, but it's No, I 100% agree with you. Just you said it very well. But like just growing as musicians and taking on the roles we do, and I feel like we kind of found our places now as well. Like I feel like should we say what we're working on right now? Yeah, we can say what we're working on right now.
Yeah.
We're working on an album right now.
Yeah.
And I know that like a lot of things that kind of, I feel like we've also really gotten to know each other as musicians in a way. Like there's a lot of you being like, I wrote this part, now with you to do this. Like we've learned and we've developed with each other to the point where we know like our capabilities. There's not a question anymore of like, can, like going back to like me doing Third Degree, I think being like, do this would have been a completely different discussion. Whereas now I have developed my voice and I have developed what I'm doing, and you've been there through all of it. So you can more so be like, oh, I want you to do this. And like when you send me things and I'll listen to it, I'll hear your voice on it because I know what you're capable of.
Yeah,
like,
likewise.
Yeah, and it's, it's...
Yeah.
So I feel like the part that starts now is... It's going to be an interesting one. I feel like it's going to be a lot more us. Like now it's kind of... it's fun. Like we've had our development on display.
Yeah.
In eight songs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
yeah,
7, 8, 8
so.
songs.
Yeah.
And here comes 6 more that is, quite representative of us still in a way, I'd say. But like what we're doing, what we're interested in, what we want to express now is very different from back then. Like this EP still means a lot, but it's going to be a fun change. I'm very excited to pick up all the pieces from what we've done before and just put it into us now.
Yeah. 100%. I was thinking of what you were saying before, like if we tried to make Aprilia or Third Degree as we did Rhapsodic Cessation and stuff, like we probably couldn't do it the way it sounds like now. But I think if we were to try and make Third Degree and Aprilia now, we probably could.
Yeah, it would sound a bit different because again, it's like Jonathan's like input and mixing on it.
Yeah,
but we would still be able to.
Yeah,
like there wouldn't be a question of like, oh, can we really do this?
Exactly. I think we have the tools now, so that's how I mean that. I think Todd kind of begins now.
Yeah,
because this is like when we could, I guess, do it the way we've always wanted to.
Yeah. No, that's what the whole process for like Liverpool was. It was like us learning how to not create music, but how to like translate it, like how to make it sound the way we want to, and like
the demos have started to sound like finished product.
Yeah, exactly. Like
more.
No, there's a lot of, I think even the song we added now to the EP. Did you even like really re-record the guitars? Wasn't it just like you tracked it and then it was like
I think I did re-record.
Did you?
Yeah.
Remember you doing that? I think you sent it to me.
What do you mean?
For you?
Yeah.
I think you sent it to me, and then I did the drums for it, and then we were just kind of on
it. No, I think I did.
I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. It's just the way I.
Yeah, but I basically copied it.
Yeah, no, but yeah, just what you were saying about like how the demos always sound like the finished products now, instead of being like a joke between us where we will reference our old demos and be like, oh,
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like it's already there.
It's there, and we know it, and we can explain it to each other, and we can understand what we're doing. Like this whole the transition between like the first and the second song of what we're working on now. Like I remember just explaining that to you, and like I have it in my head what it sounds like, and like when I explained the ideas, you know, it's the crazy sounds we did at the end of Adelheid back then. It was like a mistake almost. It was like, you know, the Michael Jackson noises, and then we were like, what if we just on it?
Yeah.
But now it's like we know how to make it, and being able to express ourselves that way, and also having gotten all of this out of our system, like Rhapsodic, Love's Lament, Ode to Her, and now this EP that we can finally put behind us. It's gonna be, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I just want to kind of circle back to, because we're on the topic. We're not going to talk about like what the EP is about. No. But you know, looking back, we talked about a lot of the writing processes and stuff. How was your like? What was the writing process like for you? I guess I would like to ask with this EP, because again, I'm always curious about that with you when you make something new, because it's always quite different to what we've done before.
Oh yeah.
I feel like.
Well, all of the songs were kind of straggler songs. I guess, like it wasn't written for an EP. Like we said, I mean, one of the songs you and me improvised in the rehearsal space. Yeah. I mean, before even going to the UK, and
before even being Todd.
Yeah, exactly, and that kind of goes for a lot of the songs. So I don't really remember it as one linear thing. I guess that's what's so confusing, because you could say, oh, a lot of bands probably write the song and then focus on that and release that and move on to the next. And we've never really been like that.
No.
It's almost like, well, there's always like 8 to 12 kind of circling around there. Like sometimes they land and become something.
Wasn't Love's Lament also like written like way before an Amagata or something like that?
Yeah, that was written in 2020.
Yeah, so around...
when we lived together in Malmö.
Yeah, so around... Adelheid's third degree. Yeah, we just, I don't know.
Kind of same.
It's fun. I never thought of it, because we've always done it, so I've never really thought about it that way, how some bands would probably be like, it's this project now, we need to write new things.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
For us, it's like, I had this idea from 9 years ago that I think could work, and then all of a sudden there's 8 minutes behind it.
Yeah, I mean, it's always different, of course, because and I think it's the most fun kind of aspect of Todd, because I write music but unplugged and alone, and so I just put together a riff and send it to you, and then you'll just say like, yeah, I have an idea for the drums, and I have no idea what it's gonna be, like what the energy is gonna be. Is it gonna be heavy? Is it gonna be technical? And sometimes you get it back and you're like, oh, like that's interesting. So it's almost a take or a rendition every time. So I will say the finished product is never what I had in my head, which is great.
It is fun. It is a lot of fun. It is, you know, it's the same thing with like, you know, with Ode to Her. Like we had this song structure and then we're like, let's re-record it. And then you waltz into the room and you're like, I added this kind of ending thing. What do you think about this? And it's like this is very different now.
Like,
all of a sudden.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Go for it. Like, oh.
But what if let's take this and we'll add like choirs to it, and then like, wow, I know this girl who plays the violin. Let's get her in it. It's fun. I like our way of writing things. I think it keeps it interesting, mostly for us. Yeah. People hear the finished product, and I don't think they know that it's like, for us, there's been like 11 surprises going both ways along the way. Because all of a sudden it's like, oh, I got this vocal idea. Wait, let me just record it real quick. And you send it over and you're like...
Yeah, no, same thing with the vocals. We always learn what the other one is planning as we record them. Yeah. You're like, so are you going to scream or are you going to talk? And then like, for this part, talk. But I go into a scream and it's like, oh, but there. That's interesting.
Cool. I didn't know.
Yeah.
That was a surprise.
Oh, fine, go for it.
Yeah, no, it's, it's...
Yeah. And I think the presence with the bass a lot too. Because I guess in a lot of setups, you would have like the guitarist and bassist is the same person. But we don't do that.
No.
So often I make a song and then when I get it back with the bass, then it changes, of course. Because then you get a harmony that wasn't intended. And sometimes I'll find myself looking back on the song and I'm humming the bass. I'm like, wait, what am I doing here? like with this song, the For You, especially. Well, no one's gonna understand what I'm talking about. No. But the acoustic part, I can like hum to the bass. But obviously, I didn't make that.
No.
Like I didn't that is not what I had in mind.
Yeah, well, it's a fun. I think that's also like that can be said. Like we don't write things in a rehearsal room. Like it
No.
is all like it's over the phone with WAV files. That's the way we write our music. Like we don't really have this like dedicated like, oh, we need to practice a song for 2 weeks before we. It's very like, let's go in and bash it, and then we'll just fucking send it off to each other, and it's I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm kind of glad we have it that way. I mean, playing the songs together is also a lot of fun. It sucks that we don't do it more often, but I think like when it comes to just like specifically writing it, there's always a surprise around the corner when something gets sent to you or sent back, or I'll send something to you and you'll be like, oh, I have a cool mix idea for this, and then you'll show me and I'll be like, that snare sounds sick now. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I also think there's like this element to like push each other, because we're really good friends and we want to have fun together, but there's we're also very like musicians that live like they work in like a symbiotic like relationship almost, and I feel that like when I get something sent to me, I always want to be like, oh, what can I do to like not impress, but like what can I do to pick this up? Like he sent me something really good. I'll send him something really good back, and then he'll hit me with like something really good. Yeah. And then we'll just go back and forth like that. And this fun like element of surprise to all of our writing.
Yeah, no, I get that.
That like never really, I don't know, I've never really worked that way before. Because the thing is, like, I've done like drama and stuff as well, and you always like you rehearse and you need to know what everyone else is doing, otherwise it's not going to work. But I feel like we're taking the complete. It's like we were talking about the other day about like improv. Like the first rule of improv is like never like don't say no.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's been our kind of whole with music. It's just been like I have this idea, and then it's like, yep, we'll do it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Sure.
Huh.
I think that is it. Like, I think making music for me is like synonymous with thought.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can give it a go, maybe with someone else's in a jam or something, and it's just not really the same. It's almost like, what would be a good comparison? Let's say you, oh, no, I don't even know.
I think I understand what you mean though. Like I think it's because like Todd is, it's not just like making music, like it's a form of expression.
Yeah.
And I think if you're gonna express yourself, then you like with someone, then you need to like be able to make yourself understandable. Like they have to understand you. And I feel like that's something that we share between each other. Like I've also played with other people, and it's been a lot of fun. And I'm a drummer, so I usually I get put into things where they just need a drummer, and it's fun. But that whole I don't know, that whole being able to like truly make something into like your own art together with someone where you're both like there's a lot of focus on both of you and both of your parts, and like if, what we said earlier about like Rhapsodic and Love's Lament, where like I'm worried if I take much more of a vocal presence now, maybe people will think that doesn't really happen here, because like it's two people doing like all of these things, and thankfully together sometimes with friends as well who will do what we can't, but yeah, so I get what you mean though. Like Todd has become like synonymous for me as well to like not just like my musicianship, but like the way I express myself, the way I have been able to kind of put words into music and put music on words, I guess.
Yeah. I almost describe it as like, say you have a favorite video game or something like that you've been playing for years, like it's kind of your little safe space. You go home and sometimes you have the PC basically there, or PlayStation or whatever, just to play that one game, and you like spend a lot of time doing it, and it's important to you as you do it. And then you meet someone who also likes to play video games, and they're like, oh cool, so we share an interest, do you want to go and try this game out together? And you're like, I'm not really into gaming. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't say that I just like to play any game.
Yeah, I like this game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like, well, I mean, it's not like that I have a great PC because I just play so many games, so I just want to play more games. Like, it's just this one thing that's kind of stuck. Like, if I play a video game, that's where I go.
Yeah, that's a good like way of describing it.
Yeah, well, let's say you love one anime, and then you get it put in a room with like anime fans. Oh, and it's like, oh well, I don't know any of these things. Like I've just watched that one 3 times. That's
me with Attack on Titan. Like I'll be like, Attack on Titan's my favorite show, and I'll say it to someone, will be like, then you'll love this anime, and you're like, but I don't I'm not a massive anime fan. I love Attack on Titan.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's not. I'm not into the whole thing. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So
someone's like, you want to go watch anime then? It's like,
Yeah.
well, do you have a really good one in mind?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
is it gonna be really good then?
Yeah.
Or-
Do you have one that will like kind of meet these expectations that I like the way I relate to this? Will they meet those expectations, or is it just gonna be like a slow watch because Yeah. But I think, it's been a learning curve throughout the whole thing, and I feel like it's accumulated to what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Like you said, like it's like the third/first era of Todd now, in a way, where there's been a lot of experimentation going on. We've gotten to kind of show different sides of us. We've gotten to learn together. We've gotten to like fail with things together. We've gotten to like look back at things and have a break from it and kind of in retrospect realize that like, well, I think this is like it. Like this is, I don't know. I couldn't imagine myself finding like the musical relationship that I have with you with anyone else. Like I think that would be hard because it's quite, I don't know, things that are quite unspoken as well. Like we can talk so much about like, oh, we gel, but like at the core of it, it's very unspoken. Like it's very natural, and it's this whole what I was saying earlier. Like there's so many people I know who are in a band. They're like, oh, the bassist just sucks. It just shuts down all of our ideas. Isn't that so annoying? And I'll be like, I don't know, because the way I work with music is just because it's fun, and there's this idea of like, don't say no, and we'll just go with it. Like I can't relate now to this whole shutting down ideas or being like, no, the guitarist didn't like that, so we can't do it, or like, the singer thought it was too emo, so we couldn't do it. There's like, doesn't. I can't relate to it. Luckily, which sounds like braggadocious, but it's like
no, that's good because I agree. You've been like since Todd, if you've worked with other people and you like show them a song or something, it's like, oh, it's good, but I think you should remove this part because it doesn't fit or something, and you're like, what? What the fuck did you say? What do you mean remove it?
What do you
but
mean?
It's there.
I'm gonna make it 8 minutes longer. What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna move anything.
Oh, but it loops 3 more times. You don't like it?
Yeah. No, it's
What do you mean you don't like it?
I know. Bless his heart. I know we talked about this a while, but I'm not gonna say his name. But I remember sitting with someone else trying to show him one of the songs, and he was like, "Oh, it's just all E, all E." And I remember this, like, because I don't know, I think it's just the way we listen to our music and the way we interpret our own music and how we see so much in it that even when it's just like this part that kind of has not that much going on. I mean, there's a lot going on, but like, if you start looking at it like technically, sometimes you'll be like, there's just different E's moving around. Yeah. And when I don't know, you hear that, you'll be like, that's not what this is. Yeah. Like that's not how we look at this. Yeah. This is like we take this part with all of these E's and then we'll be like, what can we do with it? What is happening here? Like how do we Yeah. It's a fun approach. Yeah. It's a fun approach we have. We like to have fun here at the Todd podcast.
Yeah.
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 It's I don't know.
How do you feel about the future then, having explored the past?
I'm really excited. I think what we're working on now, I feel so with the EP we're releasing now, I feel I feel like it's very bittersweet. Like I think I said this to you, like I don't want to release this EP in a sense, because like we said, this is the end of Liverpool. Like this is the end of what that time was. Yeah. So I'm still like kind of getting over that it's a week away, and at the same time, I really just want to fucking get it out there because I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of having to like think about it and like do things with it, and just having to, But I feel that I am incredibly excited for what's to come. Like we said, it's kind of this thing we're doing now. It's what it's all kind of built up to. I'd say like we found our voices, we found our techniques, we found our play style, we've found like where we struggle together, like this one, the one I'm talking about, like the second song, the end riff, where you were like, I can't even play this, and then you sent it to me and I was like, I can't even play this, and then we're learning together, and it's, I don't know, I feel like we've built ourselves up to what we're doing now.
At least this time we know we can't play it. We would have hit the studio with Jonathan weeks ago.
Send it to him.
Yeah, we don't need him to tell us that anymore.
Don't worry, Jonathan, you're free. You're free.
Oh.
At least we know we can. Yes, bro. No, so I feel very excited. I'm really glad we're like doing this, and I don't know the way. And I don't mean to say that like life is bad. It's not, but like just the way life is. I feel like Todd has always been such an escape, such a fun like constant back in the head like thing to think of, and what we're doing with it now, where we're at now, how we're working now. I think it's just gonna be like. I think this is like. I'm really excited. I'm very stoked.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. No. Definitely. I mean, I think I almost started it too early because now I'm so wrapped up in it. I almost don't care about the EP.
No, say it's
not in a horrible way, but like yeah.
No, but it's that EP has been how many times have we recorded 3 times?
Yeah.
Like that's 6 songs.
Yeah.
And like one of them is just like, there's been so much. I don't know. I feel like I've there's always, I know we both share this, but like when we're working on things, we listen to it constantly and we're like, oh, this is fucking sick. And then you get to the point where it's like fully mixed and you're like, wow, this is mad. And then you get mastered and you're like, whoa. But the thing with this EP is it being like almost 2 years old. Like I forgot that we have masters to listen on.
Yeah.
Like I was just
yeah.
Like I was checking out like what we're working on now, and I just found like the
100%.
masters folder, and I was like, oh yeah, they're there. Like they're here for me to listen to, but I haven't. It was like the 1 week we got them back. I was like, wow, this is done. This is amazing.
Yep.
But like, had this been released 2 years ago, I would be listening to it for like the full month leading up to the release, and just being like, oh, it's done. But now it's just, I just want to get it out. I just want it to be done.
Yeah.
I want to move on.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I think it's great as well because it feels like with the Liverpool period kind of being over, it like begs the question kind of, because when we were talking about, okay, we're gonna, make 12 songs, or did I spoil it?
Yeah.
Like that was the first thing. Or the first thing I guess was like, 8 songs would be good, 12 would be better.
Yeah.
And it really begged the question like, well, what does it sound like then?
Mm-hmm.
And it made sense pretty quick, but then you're not really stuck in a thought loop like you would be when, we had the EP or you have those songs going on. Like the question is right there. It's like, where do you draw the first stroke, And it just developed so interestingly. And you have like small reference points of elements you want to be in there. And, we've had so much experience with these things at this point, with acoustics, metal, different vocal techniques, different styles. So, where do you draw the first line?
Yeah.
But it's been extremely exciting because you go from that and you're like, this will write itself if I'm not careful.
Mm-hmm. But it's what's cool. I think that's what's also such like this is part 3 of Todd, because we're not there's no how do you say with like Rhapsodic and Love's Lament and then Ode to Her being such like a this is the next EP, like this is the sound going into the next EP, and then the EP kind of locking us into a sound and having worked on it for so long, now starting fresh. Yeah, there's like this like, what is happening? Yeah, like what are we like? And it's fun because you get to explore like a whole like new part of yourself all of a sudden. You've been so stuck in this 2-year long writing, recording, getting it done process of something that. What was it? March 2023. That's what I said. That's when I wanted it released, the EP. Now it's January 2026. Yeah. So, it's that even predates Ode to Her. Yeah. March 2023. That is, it does. God, we suck. But it's, but it's, it's, yeah. what we're doing now, I think it's gonna be like whenever someone would be like, oh, you make music, do you want to show me something? I think showing that will just be like, this is what we do, and then everything else before that will just be like, yeah, but this is like our old, like this is what we used to, like this is like pre this thing.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I remember it was almost emotional to choose the first notes.
Mm-hmm.
To it. It was like, what is the first thing you will hear?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how will it all begin? And when just the first like minute was done, it was almost like, whew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where do we start?
Yeah, it's like a move of like, because I remember you sending it to me, and I recognize that feeling you're saying of like, woof, like now it's on, but it was also this like, woof, this is what it is. Like this is a whole fresh start. Like there's so much going away from this, and it's exciting. It's exciting to be back in that again, and also because well, we're using a few like old things for this one as well, but there's been like we've said, like a lot of songs, they've not been released chronologically. They've been recorded chronologically more often than not, but they've not been written chronologically and released in that order. So now going in and being like, here's fucking 85 new different things, you're just like, wow, Todd doesn't stop developing for me. Like it's like as a musician, like I never feel bored. I never feel like we've done this. I never feel like blah blah blah. Like we're going into a new project now. It's gonna be a big one, and it's gonna take a while. But it's still this. I love this feeling that I don't know we have together. Where it's like this. I can't even play this yet. But this is what it's going to be. And you're like, oh, that is fun. Like that is.
Yeah. Big place to get there.
It'll be absolutely insane. I think, moving on from there, I think will be hard. Maybe. I'm not sure. But
we'll in like 1 month we'll prepare the next EP after like a few singles. Like
I mean, it's even saying that we have what 2 EPs, 1 mini album, a few singles that we're still just being like, oh yeah, we should make this one day. Like there's still there's still things. But I think in the I don't know, in the progress of us and like where we are and like how we've worked, I feel like now is a very special time in Todd's era. Just how we work and how we're able to do it on our own now and understand what we can and can't do and what we want to do and each other as musicians and how we can just so easily like explain ideas and like we were looking at things earlier and I was like, oh, it's this little part, and then I want to be like clap clap, and then this part comes in and immediately you're just like, oh yeah, no, I get it. And it's like, I know that you understand. Like it's fun. It's like a fun thing to be back on. Yeah. I'm happy I'm doing it with you, man.
Likewise.
It's sick. Boom. So I think that's a wrap.
I think so.
Yeah, talking about Todd for a bit, talking about our music, what we made, how it was, what the kid who screamed, what we failed at, what we succeeded in.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That was crazy. I know for a fact that I probably wouldn't have been making music at this part of my life if it wasn't for Todd.
No.
Like, that would probably have faded.
I think a
lot.
I think now I'm going to keep talking, but I think also like the way, being an adult, having your own life, blah, 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 it's like so hard to get things together. Like I'm technically in 3 bands. But this is the only thing that is going on, and we're the only band that don't live in the same city, that don't rehearse, that don't have the same practice space, that don't have the same working hours, that don't have the same like everyday lifestyle, and yet it flows on so well. Like I don't know, the structure of our whole dynamic, I think is just no, I'm the same. If it wasn't for Todd, I would probably not be making music the way I do it. I would probably just be like a drummer. Which is fun, which is fine. I like playing drums, but it's and also like, I don't know. Oh man, it's just crazy. Like I probably wouldn't be playing bass. I probably wouldn't be doing vocals the way I do. I probably wouldn't have had the opportunities and met the people and like had the realization that like which is an uncomfortable one, admittedly, but like, you know, people will tell us like, we love your music, and you're just like, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Like, thank you. But it's such like but it happens often. Like, people will, you know, just say things like, I'll have a friend message me like quite recently, just kind of randomly in the middle of the night, sending whatever your name to me, and just giving me this really, really, really nice message of like, I think this is really good, I love this part, I think this is really cool, and blah blah blah, and this stuck with me. And I'm just like, this is nice. Like, I'm not expecting this, but it's like, I'm glad I get to, I'm in a creative environment where I get to make something that people enjoy, where I also enjoy making it.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's quite lucky.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add?
Don't think so.
No, me neither. I'm gonna end it the way we started it. Shit.